Are you ready, kids? Who plays other classics on tiny machines?
SaveState podcast
With emulators packed with IPS screens.
SaveState podcast.
For the best games, you must go 8-bit.
SaveState podcast.
You know Pinto and Black Beans both taste like...
SaveState podcast.
No, he didn't. He's not. Hey, he's not welcome back, bro. He's not welcome back, bro. No, dude.
Oh my god, that was
my god, bro.
Hey everyone, welcome to SaveState podcast. That was a surprise for all of us, so we're a little off. Welcome to episode 23. I am here with my guest or host, co-host, Matt from Digital Jedi Gaming. We got Alex from Too Loud Tech, me obviously from Handheld Order, and Michael from Retro Lunch. How you all doing today?
Bikini Bottom Michael.
Bikini Bottom Michael.
I don't know.
That was
I
great.
have no idea what you're talking about.
It blew my mind. Like I didn't even know. I was flabbergasted. I was
Dude, how do
completely
you come
thrown
up
off.
with this stuff, man?
Usually while sitting on the can. That's one of my best thoughts.
I can't wait to watch the replay where the part where he was saying that Pinto's Rock and Black Beans taste like, and then he got kicked off. I can't wait to that part. Oh my god,
It was pretty
that
funny.
is too good.
Yeah, I
man.
didn't see that coming.
I did not see.
Gentlemen, it's been a heck of a
not
week.
much to cubes. Yeah, me too, man. VR. Ooh, I can't wait.
Mhm.
Heck of
Yeah,
a week.
how's everyone been doing?
Spectacular.
Good.
That's good.
My kid earned his Quest 2 back by having good behavior and then immediately proceeded into like
Sweet.
phenomenally bad behavior. So the cycle continues.
Nice. What about you? Too loud.
Pretty standard. Thor takes up a lot of my time lately. Also been back on the Switch too a little bit, playing some Pokemon ZA.
Nice.
And I got a challenge coming up this weekend. I got to smoke Clef on his stream from Game Tech Talks. His community asked for a battle between me and him on Pokemon ZA, and
Ooh.
he's been playing the crap out of that game, and I have not. So now I'm spending this week like freaking power leveling, dude.
Yeah.
I would say I've been doing a lot of Switch too, but mine's still in the box.
Dude.
Oh my gosh, you haven't taken out the box yet, dude?
No, it's in the living room in the box.
That
He's
sounds
keeping it
just
minty
like you.
fresh. Like
I didn't have any real reason to play it. I just bought one because, Too Loud got me on this idea. Hey, you probably want a low firmware. I was like, man, he's right. So went out and I got one, and I really don't have anything to play on it. So it's just been sitting there.
Can I say for the record, though, I know we're going to get into this, but Matt, the motions happening right now on your Govee screen in the back looked awkward as hell. It changed. Let's move. It's different now, but let's. Something looked like it was humping something else. That's all I'm getting.
Oh no! There's a scene where the Ewoks, I think, are beating the crap out of something, and I think that's was it.
Oh, something is beating something. That's.
Oh my gosh! This is
On
a
the heart.
family-friendly show, sir.
Hi, Kim.
Matt, back to you.
Hi, Skulls Playlist. How y'all doing?
Yeah.
Hey.
How you guys out doing? Yeah.
Matt. What's your week? I think we all went around the horn.
Pretty cool. Work's been super busy. A lot of techie stuff. Kind of like Too Loud. I'm so completely obsessed with the Thor. Too Loud and I talked about this. Kim's here from Retro Fun Tech. We talked about this. I haven't had this much fun playing with the device since the Odin 2 came out. I mean, I haven't done any content on. I just been playing. And like I know, like you and I were talking about, people are talking about Game Hub and how great Game Hub. I haven't even done that, man. We went. They make fun of me for being old, but I missed all the DS stuff. I missed the NDS and the 3DS. So I just been playing 3DS games and NDS games, and I'm having such a freaking blast with it. I haven't even done Switch or anything like that. I got the RPG 2 in. Cool, took it out the box, and now it's just been sitting there. I haven't touched it since I got it. I mean, I turned it on. I haven't even started setting it up. I'm just completely enthralled by this thing. It's been cool.
I like that sky blue, though. It's really nice.
It is nice. It's turquoise.
Oh,
Has some
turquoise.
class, buddy.
I mean, it looks sky blue.
Just don't
I
love
did
it
get
too
another.
much.
I did.
Don't love
I
it too
did
much,
get
you're
another
gonna
piece
sell
of
it.
tech. I did get another piece of tech. I know you guys gonna give me a hard time about this. It is something I've had before, and I said I hated, and now I love it. So don't judge me, but that's how I
you
roll.
love it for a week. All right.
So I got my
Yeah.
damn
new
Xbox
keyboard?
keyboard back. Yeah, I got my. This is like the second or third time I've had it, but whatever.
Not any more quiet, that's for sure.
No. So, yeah. So, hey, did you see? Lee was just talking about this before the show. What Kim's talking about. You see what they did with the Odins? They took the colors and the different colors. They made the front screen solid, and it looks so good. It looks so freaking good. You guys want to see a picture?
You do, yeah. And Skull's Players brought it up too. Just like the real life pictures of the blue look phenomenal.
It
Oh my
looks
God, it looks
amazing.
so
I am
good.
so glad I went blue. I am so happy. I just, Ian always does like crazy stuff like this, and they always get it just right all the time.
Oh my gosh, so insane here. I'm trying to post up. Did you get a chance to see these yet, Tula? I know this is just like hot off the presses type stuff.
No, I haven't seen it. And
Oh, it looks so good. I want to see your opinion on it.
I actually reserved ordering it because I figured it's gonna be pretty far out. But now I probably should put in an order.
I'm sure it's going to be far out at this point because it's like, I mean, we're talking now. They're still trying to hammer out the colors.
Yeah. They had an update on their Discord stating that where they were at, and I think that they just got the boards in, and they just got all the color corrections.
Oh, I still got time.
And so they're like fresh into manufacturing process.
Yeah, I think they said if the software passed internal testing, yes, they're getting there.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a while. See here, I'm gonna get this up on screen here so we can take a look. I think it looks freaking amazing.
It does. I am so.
I just want to say something really quick. I know that like us who got the Thor, like it seems like the whole community as a whole is shilling because on the outside looking in, I would think the same thing. But like, really, it's really that freaking good. Like, I think it surprised everybody on how good, how many use cases you find for it. Like, just how
I wish they did this blue in the Thor. I want this.
Oh my gosh! Imagine that in the Thor.
Yeah, Ian, if you're watching this in Thor.
Yeah,
right.
You see it now, Tula? Is that
I do.
insane?
So I'm gonna say something that's probably like against the grain here.
Devil's advocate.
Well, no, I mean it's a nice looking handheld, but I'm not really a blue guy. I'm not really like I'm a red guy. Like I like red.
They went solid on the purple too.
Yeah, I thought this was awkward though. Like, so you guys are fanning this, like the solid front with the transparent back.
It looks better in the blue than it does in the purple. I think it looks better
because
in the blue
I don't like that on the Thor. I don't like how they did the inside with the solid inside.
But you know
outside.
The thing that you got to take about this is now that it's solid, you won't have so much light penetration from those RGBs on the sticks.
I feel that, but if I order a transparent device, I know what I'm ordering, right? Like I ordered this intentionally. I didn't order it to be a half transparent sandwich. You know, like
just try to be easy.
Yeah, I get that, and I see that. I think also what your preference on it is relevant. So like, I'm not a fan of that on this store because of here. Let me turn it off there. Because of the
I don't like the shade of purple. Yeah,
the shade of purple is my problem with it. But the shade of blue on the Odin 3, man, it looks so good. I'm thinking about I was thinking about reaching out to them and telling them to order the Max to switch to the Ultra, but I think I'm going to reach out to them and say, hey, I think I want to, pay the difference and get the blue Ultra instead of the Max. I mean, is what I think I'm going to do. Yeah, it looks insane. Well,
no, I was responding to Kim. She said Too Loud just wants to burn his retinas out. Like, absolutely. So yeah, I'm probably going to go with the Ultra on the Odin 3. I'll have reasons for it. We'll get into it later. I don't want to really spoil it yet because I know once we open that bag, I know it's over for the rest of the show. But I do want to. I also at some point I'll probably end up selling my Thor or giving it to one of my children or something because I want to upgrade that to the Max. I want to go Max. I got the Pro.
You got Pro, everybody.
Okay, yeah, I
Nope.
want Max.
This is why he said Pro. Nope.
Yep, I want Max, and
I think for my use case, the Pro is good. I think the Max and the Ultra for the
I always
Odin
gotta
3 is
have
going to
the
be
best.
more
I
relevant
don't
for
know.
me.
It's a
well,
weird
for
thing.
me, it's kind of like it's just because it's gonna be the device I use the most. No matter how good
Right.
the Odin 3 is, no matter nothing. Like it's the form factor that I prefer. Right, I like that clamshell. I like that portability that it offers, and if I can get some, it's really about more internal memory. That's what it's all about.
The memory and also the storage. Like the internal
storage.
memory, you may never realize the value of the 24 gigs, but at least in its current state,
Yeah,
if
it
you
has. I
want
mean,
the game config, you've got to install to the internal drive.
it's that saying though, right? It's like I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
Yep, I agree.
You're speaking handheld hoarder's language.
Yes,
So-
correct. You always
Yeah.
gotta go with the best because, like, one day, dude, something's gonna show up, like an APK or something. It's like, hey,
Oh
it's
no, something's gonna
RAM
show up,
intensive.
brother. We're gonna
Yeah.
get into it later, and
Oh,
something's
yeah.
gonna show up. Hold on, I gotta get a light in here because
I
it's
agree.
dark here.
Yeah, I agree.
I thought you used a vape. Since when do you need a light?
Yeah.
Oh, hilarious.
What I will say
Oh
about
my
the Thor
God.
though is that this device seems, it should be popular enough. They're probably going to do more colors. It seems like
I
whenever
hope.
there's a device which is
I think so. I
popular
think so.
enough, right? They're willing to do a second round, a second batch, and do more colors.
So you're telling me to wait for Thor 2?
But is that something?
wait
Is
for-
that's not really a norm for? That's not really a norm for
I
Never
am
for
A1.
AN,
Yeah,
right? Like to
Anbernic
come
will do
back
that.
and double back and release. That's an Anbernic thing,
Mhm.
Yeah,
right?
that's
Like,
true. That's true.
Anbernic does
I-
that. We've
Even
never.
if they
seen
did, I don't
AN
think I would do
that.
it. Yeah.
Well,
if
you
they
know
did,
how
I wouldn't do it.
they'll do it. They'll take in all of the feedback, and then they'll come out as Thor 2, and they'll probably be in another year, probably somewhere in 2026.
I don't know. They're the blue is kind of stretching for AYN, right? The blue, they did it on the Odin 2.
They didn't know.
Right.
And that's it. I mean, the Mini only came in 2 colors. The Portal came in 3 colors, and it's typically black, white, and purple, right? So, I mean, you know,
I really want them
I'm
to get
curious to see.
rid of. I really want them to get rid of the rainbow design. You can keep the black because everyone loves black,
Really?
but the
Well,
white.
there's a lot of people. I'm not a rainbow. I'm not a Skittles
Neither
guy,
am
but
I.
there's a lot of people who do enjoy
I know,
that colorway.
but I kind of want fun stuff, right? I want like the futuristic, like the
I
jungle
know what you're
greens
gonna say.
and the
Yeah.
watermelon reds,
Yeah.
and like I
Yeah.
want to see
Yeah.
cool stuff,
Like
man.
emerald greens and
Yeah.
yeah, like
Yeah, I
that
get
clear turquoise color that
Oh,
Retroid
yeah.
uses.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, it's nice too.
That might work for cheaper devices, but the problem is you'd be sitting at a bunch of inventory which is not selling because the device is solid, but like, oh, we overdid it on this one color and we don't have to go take the whole shell apart to go reshell
That's
it.
a
to
good part.
the
That's a good
popular
point
color.
too. Yeah, that's a good point too.
I mean,
But I think in this community of fun things, like right, these are fun products, right?
Mhm.
So I think yeah, of course you always have to have your white and your black, right?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
maybe don't overcommit to like, oh, okay, we're gonna make some reds, we're gonna make some blues. Don't overcommit. I mean, blue can be just as much a shot in the dark as a red or a green,
Mhm.
you know.
True.
So
everyone has their own favorite color, but mix it up. Like next batch, don't do blue and purple. Do like red and green or something. Do something crazy. Like
Mhm.
give me a new color.
Kim says rainbow isn't rainbow, it's gray with the Skittle
Yes, it
rainbow
is.
buttons. Make
Yes,
it
it
jungle
is.
fun green and throw those buttons in.
Yeah,
I mean
There
that's
you
what
go.
the Retroid RP2S was, right? It was like
Yeah,
the transparent.
Mhm.
Hold on,
It's
actually,
green
I
with
have
the.
one.
Yeah.
yeah.
Mine.
I wouldn't call it jungle green. It was like Viridian green, basically.
Oh my God! You hear me? It was Viridian.
Yeah,
So
it's
wait,
like-
hold on. Too loud. Go back to your desk, bro. Go back to your desk, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That's
it.
bold.
Hear me
Yep.
out, plaid. Hear me out. Look at Kim is next level. All right, she took it too far. She said plaid.
Plaid.
Only
I
if
mean-
it's like purple or red plaid. Then
I'm down with some plaid. I'd be down with some plaid.
I
might
would
be
be
red
red and black with
a
plaid.
corduroy handheld, you know, like
Yeah.
You know it'll be fast. It's gone to plaid.
Yes. Yeah. I mean
So,
the part 2's coming out.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, too loud. You had a hoodie and a cowboy hat on, and shorts.
I have a T-shirt. You blind, old
A few
guy?
minutes ago, you had a hoodie on, bro.
He
Few
did.
minutes
He
ago,
took
you
it
had a hoodie
off. Did
on.
you
He was
miss it?
shivering.
I
He was shivering.
literally
He got
stripped for you
sweat.
guys prior to coming on live. Like
Uh-huh.
I literally took it all off.
Which show are you
Oh,
producing
God.
for this one?
Do you know what? No, his only toes. We agreed we keep his only toes project off of the SaveState.
Yeah, it's still a work in progress.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God! While we're talking
You
about
guys
different color
playing,
devices,
but that's gonna make I'm gonna be rubbing elbows with Jeff Bezos because of only
Oh, my
toes.
gosh.
boy.
So
you want to talk
speaking of
about
rich
the
Seattleites,
What it'd be like to get those
what's
reviews.
that?
you guys want to get into? It looks. It looks to me.
let's go with the small potatoes before the big.
Okay,
Yes.
first
You
one.
wanna talk about-
Ianeo ships 30 Conkers.
Oh my
Hey, that's a big INDO shipment, my boy. That's a big commitment
huge.
for INDO right there, bro.
I was telling Lee before the show, I was reading on Reddit that people were saying that they were getting the Pocket Air Micros or Pocket Air Minis or whatever. already.
Jesus, man, they never change, bro.
They don't.
Oh my
God,
gosh.
They don't.
My gosh, 30 Conquer fits. Yeah,
I got the email.
I would see like from their like, dude, like you could watch it. You could watch this company shrivel, right? Like every single project, like less and less orders than the last one, less and less orders than the last one. And dude, like to be real, like giving them all credit where it's due, they make good products, right? Like their products are good. They're not scared to innovate. They have very nice design language. They're pretty dope products. But their customer service sucks. Their shipping sucks. They're like, you don't understand how much this will ruin a company, right? Like their software sucks. Like they don't put any effort in on their software. Like, bro, you guys just come on, man, please. Like, I'd hate to see them go from this space because I really do like a lot of their products. I might clown them and roast them, but I don't want them to go.
Crazy.
Like,
I'm scared they're going to exit the space because they can't ship product at scale.
Just tighten up, please, man. I mean, look, dude, you're in the same region as all these other companies. They're managing to do their thing. Like, you guys have made a boatload of money at this point. Like, come on, man. Come on, dude. Something gotta give, bro.
It sounds like Ianea needs to start mortgaging some of their houses, like, because they're at that level.
I think even that's a bunch of baloney, right?
Yeah,
like
it is.
Their houses, right? Like you're not doing all that, dude.
Mortgage property. He probably owns a lot of properties.
I'm sure he does.
He's mortgaging his 7th Airbnb. You know,
I was gonna say his 7th mall or something like that.
Come on.
Yeah, but I got that email from Ianea. I was just mind blown. Like 30 units for their first batch. That's insane. And the Conquer has a lot of order. No, not even close.
Were they all base or were they just different ones or which ones were they? Did they say?
They like to split it up with SKUs.
Yeah,
like,
they split it up. It was like
4 of that.
Yeah, it was like 3 units of like the premium one, and then there was like 4 units. I didn't go through the whole list.
And like, oh my god, it's a shit show. Oh, excuse me, not even 30 minutes yet.
It was crazy. When I saw the email, I was just like, why? Why 30 units? It's crazy.
Like honestly, like while we're on the topic of Ianeo really quick, dude. Honestly, I was sitting down with my brother today. He's like, we always have this conversation, like, what's the best X86 right now, right? Because a couple months ago, he came into our chat and he was like, he asked us that, and then he was like, well, according to he likes to do this thing, right? Like he thinks he's so smart, right? Like he'll ask us something, and then he'll respond to it later after we give our answer. So we were all like, oh yeah, Ianeo 3 or this or whatever product was hot right now, 1X Player, F1 Pro, you know. And then he's like, well, according to my research, it's the Z13 Flow, you know. So and I get it, right? Like so. Today he asked me the same thing, and I was like, "Hey, actually, you remember you were like all Z13 Flow?" I was like, "We're getting that chipset and handhelds now, dude." And so we started going over them. I showed him the different products. I showed him the GPT Win 5. He was like, "Oh, okay, that's pretty cool looking." I showed him the Apex. He was like, "Dude, that thing looks so bare." Like he just couldn't get over how plain it looks. Like. He was like, it just looks so plain.
More formal.
And then I showed him the Ianeo Next 2. And he was like, this is it, dude. Like, this is take my money. You know? And I was like, you know, that's funny because that's the one that I've been aligned. Like, I've been the whole time. Like, please make it a Coon shell. Please make it a Coon shell. Let's have OLED. Come on. Like, dude, and I'm not against like with the whole backpack battery they're doing with all the other devices because dude, who doesn't want a spare battery, right? Like heck yeah, sign me up, dude. Like I can have an extra, I don't have to live on the charger. But at the same time, dude, like these things, like it just bothers me. Like you have a device called the Apex, and Apex means what? It's like the top of the stack. It's the top. There's no higher than the Apex, right?
The elite.
But there's still missing stuff. How can it be the Apex if it's missing stuff? Like,
let me ask you, what's it missing? What is it missing?
OLED. It's missing an OLED display. You know that,
LCD.
Matt.
It's got the H.
Bam.
I know.
You
I
know
don't
that.
agree, man.
OLED's over here shilling out.
No, man. I don't think OLED's the answer for everything. I mean,
my
it's amazing,
eyeballs.
but I don't think it's the answer for everything.
Yeah, I think they went LCD because they focused more on their liquid cooling, right? So like, it probably cost them a pretty penny. Does it work? Is the real question.
But if you're gonna go high end, go high end. Like this is what people are looking for.
I mean, to me, I think like right, like I agree with Michael, right? Like, look, if you're going like Apex, it's the top dog. This is the big money. Like, give us everything. Give us the whole shebang, bro.
I see that.
Let's not like cheap out on this piece or that piece, dude. Charge us for it. Give us what we want, though. We want everything.
But to be true about this, really, they probably do the same thing that we do with their language. Like when you're like, oh man, I want a tattoo that says fire in Chinese, and then you get something that actually says ramen noodle. They probably went on Google and was like, we need an English word, and then they got Apex, and they're like, well, let's just use it.
Yeah, they really want like the title. They're looking for the title like second best. Like, give me the title second best. You know, it's like all of a sudden it comes up with Apex. It's perfect.
Did AMD say what the screen on this is?
They didn't, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be an OLED, dude. Like they've been hitting OLEDs on all of their X86 releases, like these last couple units.
So this thing's been rumored for like years now.
Dude, this thing is gorgeous to me, bro. Like I first of all, I love dish D-pads, right? The idea that we're gonna have two trackpads, whether I use them or not, it's nice to have them for an option, you know.
I just
do like the placement of the D-pad. I do like the placement.
It looks classy. The joysticks look a little
tiny,
you know, but we're gonna have to find out. You know, renders don't always do a product justice, right? So we can I didn't have a Coon firsthand. Like if any of you guys have had hands on Coon, that sounds crazy. I just want to say, well, if any of you guys have had hands on Coon, how was the sticks?
Not helping.
This conversation is over. That was too much.
30 minutes late. Yeah.
So, but look, exclusive TMR large joysticks, right?
Yeah.
Pause, Matt. Pause.
Large, right?
Right. Let's decipher a little bit. Let's decide. Actually, while I said the word decipher, I just want to say we did have a guest lined up tonight. I was going to wait till 30 minutes. He wears a mask. I'm pretty sure he died in it. So he just ceased to exist. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure he just like something happened. He just didn't make it. So, you know, God bless him. We hope to see him around.
You're quite literal when you use the phrase decipher.
Hope everything
so cheesy.
Hope everything is okay on his end. Just a joke, just jokes, all fun and games here.
Yes, yes.
So no, I wish well. Hopefully that's not the case.
Anyways,
back to this product. So yeah, exclusive TMR large joysticks, right? Hall effect linear triggers, floating 8-way D-pad, dual intelligent touchpad. Nobody knows what that means.
There's AI in there somewhere. It's intelligent.
Okay, nice. We can play.
Look at our RC1.
Oh, come on, dude.
Pretty dope. That's pretty dope.
We need those back
Steam Deck
buttons.
is not. Steam Deck is the last company to do 2 back buttons, right? I think they're the only ones that did it so far.
But those don't look like back buttons. Those look like buttons.
Those are back buttons. Those are just around the hips.
Yeah, the placement I think is going to be really good because they're like right hitting there. I would say right at the crease of your hand, so you can kind of grip it good. Yeah,
I'm happy it's 2 because the thing is that I realize when they do 1, either it's perfect for me or I hate it. So it's either always, if it's only 1, it's either in the perfect placement or it's just not usable for me.
I don't know if I've
like,
ever really used it on any handheld.
I use it for I use it for FPS games, like for sliding and jumping. So that I don't have to take my fingers off the joystick.
Or some games, you know, they have extra buttons for you to throw a grenade and stuff. It's very useful to have it.
It is more work.
I guess that's a good true.
If you care about a game enough, you will find the time to program.
I'll tell you, the trigger locks were perfect on the Neo 3. Like absolutely perfect. Like Matt, like Vader 4, perfect, dude. Like
simmer down now. Simmer down.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
He loved it so much he sold it. So yeah, that's how much he cared for it.
We're gonna get into that, Cyber.
What's up, Cyber? How you doing, man? How you doing? Yeah.
What is this frame and controller thing that Cyber's going on about?
Yeah. We're gonna be touching on that here shortly. We're just trying to get the rest of the stuff out of the way, Cyber, because we know once we get into this, it's gonna be a long one. We're gonna spend some time there.
This looks dual exhaust, obviously. Yeah.
Look, and the placement of the buttons. The back of this device looks insane to me. I know it's really silly, but you guys know I'm like a huge ergo person. I'm looking. You can hold this thing with the triggers, and it looks like comfortably you can hit those two backs with your ring finger and your pinky finger. Like that is super well thought out, right?
I like how they did the RC LC in line with the left bumper, right bumper, instead of having that little gap like they always do.
Yeah.
Where they have it literally touching the other ones. That back vent looks huge. That's amazing. We're gonna need it. I hope they hit us with like 100 watt-hour battery. I doubt it. I doubt it. But I would really love that. I actually had to look up the FCC regulations for planes to see, what's the biggest watts. Battery we could. But to be fair, the biggest battery that are allowed on planes we'll never get that in a handheld. It's 160 watt-hours, which I found
incredible. 160?
Yeah,
I thought it was 100. Okay.
Yeah, it's 160 watt-hours.
With those dual fans in there, I don't think they're gonna have enough space for a big old battery.
I know. I think it's gonna be an 80. I think it's gonna anything less than an 80 they're shooting themselves in the foot, right?
Yep,
so
I agree.
Yeah. What's up with the different colored?
They did it with the
lighting.
They did that with the
sliding. Yeah.
Oh, now that I mentioned, I had an
back one doesn't look like
the Air one. Yeah, they did have. It was doing the switch thing, where like one side of
the other side of the Coon had it where it was like blue, and then go light blue, and then they had a pink and blue one, and then they had one that's just all gray.
Okay.
Oh my god,
guys! I know we've been waiting for this on a handheld.
Oh man, dude! Like
everybody knows this gives you extra FPS, bro. Like, guaranteed.
I'm so excited about this. I'm not even going to do cheats.
Now this is going to have 5 to 10 FPS more than every other 395.
Oh my gosh.
Guaranteed, even with water cooling. See, one company gives us water cooling, the other one gives us illuminated plaques. Right?
They might as well just have dog tags with Neo on it so you can wear it proud and keep your Neo in the backpack.
I wonder how many would actually wear them, dude. Because
there'll probably be a few.
I don't want to say it, bro. Like,
if your plaque is illuminated, you need to switch to a new toothpaste because something's not working.
Oh
gosh. Okay.
But that dumb joke, I got to bounce off for a second because I got a situation happening here, but I'm going to try to be back on later.
Brother.
So it says high capacity battery.
Yeah, I saw that.
So we'll see what that means. And I mean, to be fair, right? Extra large battery for long lasting gaming.
But it must be inside the humps, right? The hips, right on the left and right. They must be sticking the batteries in there.
I'm curious.
Dude, I wouldn't be surprised. Look, man, these companies, they work miracles. When you opened up your F1 Pro and I saw how packed in there all of the components are, like how perfectly stacked and like how much they're able to squeeze into that small form factor, like these companies, they really make use of that space, bro.
Yeah, they do. They work some crazy magic.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's the one I'm the most excited for. Will it pan out? Will I be on another 4-month wait once I order it?
Yes. Yes.
Wish me luck.
We're talking about Aya Neo here. I think you can just say yes.
I know.
I want to know about the price point. You know what I mean? Aya Neo always, they bank on that we're the Apple of handhelds, and they seem to charge a premium for it. And some of the stuff like undoubtedly the Neo 3 is ahead of the game compared to, like, I was a huge F1 Pro person and I loved it, and then Tulak got the Neo 3, and it just, the features, the small stuff, the details, the freaking modules and the stuff like that was just next level. I mean, it's just so good, you know what I mean? So, but they charge for it, right? I mean, what his device, it was the same price as mine, but I mean, my device had more RAM, but his device had just more. It just had more features, and those modules are insane, right? So there's a lot of value there. I want to see what they're going to do, where they're going to place this $395. I have a feeling this boy's going to be walking in the door starting out at like $1,800 or something like that. I think this is not.
My brother said the same thing. He was like looking at, but you got to understand, he's not a tech guy. He's not in this space. He doesn't know, the pricing of these devices and stuff like that. But he was like, dude, that's a $2,000 handheld. I was like, yeah, I mean, most likely it is after Indiegogo campaign or whatnot, like most likely it is a $2,000 handheld. I mean, to be fair, Z13 Flow starts off at what, 2,100?
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, it is a $2,000 handheld. But what I was talking about, I've been hanging a lot with Clef, man. Much love, Clef, from Game Tech Talk. And we have a lot of discussions on all kind of stuff. And this was actually one of the discussions that we had. Was it seems like Neo is kind of calming their ass down when it comes to pricing.
Yeah.
It really does seem that way over the last few devices. Like, look, we got that little Pocket Air, whatever that thing is called. We've never seen a sub $100 Neo ever.
Nope.
Right?
Yeah.
And,
and the Conqueror is I mean, G2
the Conqueror knocked it out of the park, bro. Like, insane, knocked it out of the park. The Neo DS, the Android variant, that was superb pricing, bro. There was nothing wrong with the pricing that they had at all. It wasn't overshooting or anything, right? I mean, even when you look at like the Neo 3 or the Neo 1S DS, right? Like, they're in a marginal difference of their competitors. Like, when you look at the price, it's not a big difference of like, oh man, we're really outside of this box, right? Like, Neo sells the Neo 3 32 gig 1 terabyte with the HX370 for $1,400. How much is a 1X player not on sale? Same price. F1 Pro,
it is
$1,400 when you don't catch it on
like,
sale.
I think it's like 12 it's like $1,300 or $1,400. It's right in the same price range.
Yeah, so that's what, it's like, I'm not saying like they're exact, but they're within a margin of difference. So it's not like they're going stupid crazy. Oh, Berto, what's up, brother? We actually that's my brother. I kind of reserve myself from mentioning that live from people knowing, because it can be kind of absurd sometimes. But actually, we were just talking about you. We were talking about the 395 handhelds that me and you were talking about today. And we were just talking about the price comparisons and the different lineup that they have.
Don't believe Too Loud. Berto is the sweetest person you ever meet in the world. Too Loud is just sensitive. Tell him, Berto.
Like Too Loud's saying, I think Neo has gotten much better at their pricing. But the problem is I think they've already done the damage, because even when I talk to people about
Neo, right there, dude.
Yeah, every time I talk to people about Neo, they're always like, "Oh, they're so expensive. I'll never be able to afford one of those. Like, I'll never attain one." And then they're like, "Oh, their customer service sucks. Their shipping sucks." Like, they've already hurt themselves, and now they're trying to recover. Like, now they're dropping these sub 100 units and cheaper units, but is it working?
So that's the thing there too. I think that's it right on the nail. Hit the nail right on the head. They. Okay, so if they release these devices,
get it out, man, get it out.
If they release these same devices at these same prices,
these pronouns,
right? If they did all of that, and then they delivered them on time or within a reasonable amount of time, because they never, let's be fair, they never say, "Oh, we're gonna have it to you by next week." If they delivered them within a reasonable amount of time, and like Too Loud had to threaten them 3 or 4 times to cancel his order before they finally got it, and then when you finally do get it, it doesn't have to sit on Leaf's shelf until they send him replacement parts, so he has to repair himself for every single device.
And
that's for me the damaging.
Because I kept messaging them, they moved me up in the list. how long would I have been waiting if I was not messaging them?
Yeah,
right.
As a consumer, that's that for me. That's like, I just no, I don't want to do that. I don't. Yeah, I don't know if they
at this point. Yeah, I'm sorry to cut you off, but really, for all of our viewers, like at this point, probably just wait until it drops at Best Buy, buy it there. Like,
it's
probably easier.
So let's kind of put the pedal on the metal for a couple of these headlines here that we don't really have to go really in depth. One of them I'll just mention that's really cool that I think Lee shared it earlier. You don't have to really pull anything up on this one, Matt, but Red Dead Redemption coming to Android via Netflix.
Very cool.
Super awesome, man. Like, I am so welcoming to more AAA titles coming to Android. I mean, the platform is more than. Oh, well, if that was Benny, if that was Retro Lunch, thank you, sir. I wasn't really looking at the whatever. Anyways,
that was Michael.
So yeah, awesome, super awesome. I'm welcome to all of that. Red Dead is a phenomenal game. Android is literally becoming a powerhouse. These things are phenomenal. What they're capable of doing is insane. So I know we can get more of these AAA titles coming over here. And
good point. Really good point. Really good point.
For the sake of average customer service, ridiculous. Yeah, no, absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
Excellent point, sir.
That's the key. That's the key right there.
2 words. 2 words. 11 Wang.
Oh my gosh.
God bless her. God bless 11 Wang.
She's the customer service person. If you have to deal with Ionia, that you get a response from most of the time.
Yeah.
And Lee and her are pretty much on first name basis because he calls her.
Yeah. She's like, look, Lee, you're gonna have to give me some time.
He orders one and she immediately sends him an email. Listen, you know how this works, right, buddy?
Yeah. I have demanded 12 wing. I've demanded 1 wing. I was like, whoever's the top wing, I need that wing.
Yeah. Oh my god, bro. So next one is dude, Game Hub moving over to Google Play.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
That is
very cool. Very cool.
That's pretty cool.
I haven't given it a huge shot, Game Hub. I mean, but I'm curious to see. I know a lot of people are digging. I'm just not. I don't know. I haven't been feeling it as much. That's gonna segue into the main topic. I think we should talk about that later.
So really, I think it's okay that you haven't jumped into Game Hub because they've been jumping through hoops like crazy. They had the
final version,
virus issues, the malware issues, and then there was issues with Winulator, and it's really hard to justify telling people to download it because you don't know what you're getting.
I agree.
But now that it's on Google Play, I think that this might be the time to try it now.
Yep. I was gonna say that. I think because of the fact that we're seeing it come to Google Play, we're getting a bit of security.
Yeah,
right? They have to go through Google's clearance, right? And so I think because it's coming here, if you haven't had the opportunity to try it, this would be a nice time to give it a go. I have messed with it a little bit. It is pretty cool. Don't expect to get on there and run Arc Raiders or Battlefield 6, you know what I mean? But curb your expectations a bit. But as far as destroying indies, having a great time on indies or 2015 AAA titles, things like that, have at it. It's amazing. Last thing I really want to touch here before we get into the meat and potatoes is Trim UI Smart Pro S.
Nah, pass.
Yeah.
So funny story about this, right? So you guys, so we talk about these devices, right? And so we have a spreadsheet that as a group that we put together. So I know it seems like it, but we don't just wing this stuff. We spend all week pulling information and talking about stuff that we want to talk about, bounce things off, and then you guys know that I was not a huge fan of the original Trim UI Smart Pro. Tula Tech is not a huge fan of the Trim UI Smart Pro, right? And I thought it was hysterical because Michael.
I think it's decent.
Michael from Retro Lunch put the article up to us to look at, and he said the Trim UI Smart Pro S can make Matt shut up about the Pal Kitty RGB 10 Max 3. I thought it was a I'm going to pick it up because I always say I prefer the toe. They fixed a good majority of my concerns with this device. They gave us bigger shoulders and triggers. They gave us an A523, which is a more powerful chipset, about on par with the A527. It's like very minimal the difference in the core speed, and they gave us TMR sticks. So very cool. I'm still not a fan of Tina OS, which is the stock OS. So I
don't mind Tina. I don't mind. That was one of my non issues to me. I think Tina is a very solid like firmware, like out of the box from a manufacturer. I think it gives you a lot more than other companies, right? With
it's better than Pal Kitty stock that they tried that one time. Right?
And it's very clean looking, and once you mod it's really cool, dude. So Tina's the least of my concern. With the device is my biggest thing with this device has always been it looks way too Sony to not play PSP perfectly.
Like they fixed out the 523. The 523 should be more than
the 523 will probably play PSP at probably 2 times resolution.
Yeah, and that's all. That's all I wanted from this device. And I know I'm a special being. I'm a special person because, and I'm thankful for this. I'm in a place where I can honestly say I would like a handheld dedicated toward each system. Right, like I would like my PSP machine, even though I have an OG PSP. I would like a PSP with a modern display. I would like a PSP. So this, for me, being a PSP would be phenomenal. Also, too, having the L3, R3 functionality was a big thing for me.
Yeah.
I never really loved the Vita joysticks. I could manage with them. I'm pretty sure these are still the same Vita type joysticks. It just has L3, R3, kind of like the Miyoo Flip.
These are TMRs. They're saying this one's these are TMRs, so we'll see.
But they're probably still the same little. Yeah, they're probably. If you look at them, they're probably like the same little mushroom cap. Like look at the white one. You see how it has like a white ring around the exterior of the top of it with a gray center. That gives me the idea that these are still Vita type sticks, which I'll work with it. They work for what they want, right? They're low profile. It's good for shoving it in the pocket.
Yes.
And so for me, I think the red is badass. It looks super clean.
It looks good too.
I just want to say thank you for giving us different colors in blue, purple, gray, and black.
Well, I mean, even from the beginning, from their original lineup, it was just the top 3, right?
Yeah, just the white, the DMG, and the black. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So those other 3 colors, are and they're really
and
nice.
they're fun colors, right? Yeah,
they're fun. Yeah. I agree.
Like I'm kind of fixated to the red and kind of the green.
The green's gorgeous too. Man, the yellow's gorgeous too. I mean, they're all fun, nice looking colors. I'm an extreme fan of red, so I will be getting the red variant. But if red wasn't here, I wouldn't mind getting either of the other 2.
I'm gonna go green. Green. So for the week that I have it before I sell it, I'll go green.
My peak for this one was the trigger buttons. They were so small. Like they're tiny. They are tiny. I hope that they made them a lot bigger. I really do, because that was probably my biggest peeve with this. I thought in terms of a unit, it was good. Like you could fit it in your pocket. It played almost everything.
Oh, the screen was gorgeous.
Yeah, they had one more issue. The only other issue is that they pushed the A133P to like its limits, and it would overheat like crazy. Yeah. So they got to fix some heating issues in this guy.
Well, these pictures look like they have active cooling. Maybe not active.
Yeah, it does. It looks like it has fan cutouts on the back. I did notice that.
You see that? Look at that. So it's got an exhaust and an intake. So there may be some kind of active cooling there. I'm curious to see what they do with that. The triggers are definitely bigger, but it looks like the shoulders are still the same small ones. So I'm seeing what they did there. I'm curious there. We'll see. One of my biggest letdowns this year was the absence of OLED screen on the Rogue. Yeah,
only 2 of us can agree with you, man. The other one wants LCD all the time.
I did not say that. I said that LCD is not the end all be all. You jerk. Okay, I'm with you too, Berto. I think they should. That screen on that new device. The other thing with the Xbox Rogue Ally is that the bezel's freaking huge on that thing, man. I don't know. I mean, it's a great device, but I think the bezel's just huge on it. But
me and you've had this discussion by the fire, Berto. Like, It's an awesome handheld. It really is. If you don't have a handheld already, and this was going to be your first handheld, great product. Great product. If you already have an existing ROG, even the OG ROG Ally, not even the X. If you have the X, even more of a reason not to upgrade. But if you already have one, I wouldn't say like, hey man, get rid of your device for a 50% loss and go pick this up. Because it would not make enough change to benefit you at all. It is very comfortable. I love the grips. I hate the look, the aesthetic. I hate it. It's ugly, but it is super comfy. It is absolutely comfortable. It is the most Xbox-esque device as far as controls.
The feel of it, definitely.
It is definitely the most Xbox feeling device. The joysticks probably ruined other handhelds for me because they have just the right amount of tension to where they make others feel like they don't have enough tension now. And but the screen was a big letdown, especially at a 1K ticket. Like it's pretty up there. And Lord knows if tariffs had something to do with that, or what had to do with this new generation of Lenovo Legion Go and Ally's pricing being the way that they are. I do feel like that tariff stuff comes into play because even these big corporations have to bow down to the federal government. And it is what it is. Yep. It is what it is.
True story.
So last thing, Trim UI also probably will be awesome Portmaster machine now. So that will be cool. And moving on.
I'm curious. That's a great question. That's a great question because the Portmaster, there was almost like 300 or 300 more games available for the 3566 chipset than it was the A133B.
Yeah.
So I'm
per
curious.
Your video.
Yeah. Good point. So I have an A527 device. I might throw. Actually, I wonder if Portmaster has it on their website. If we can throw it on there and see what's not compatible, if there's as much of a significant difference in the available games for a Portmaster. Because that's a really good point. Because a lot of people, that was their Portmaster device. A lot of people, that was their PSP device. So I think that's a great point there. I'm curious now. I'm really curious now. So,
I mean, I barely played PSP. I tried playing PSP.
Yeah, it was rough, dude. It was rough.
It was hard.
Rough. Mm-hmm. Some stuff, God of War and the heavier Dante's Inferno. It was chugging.
Yeah. I played Ridge Racer and that it barely ran that. Yeah. I had to drop everything. I had to take off every single thing, put on every speed hack.
Just quick mentions. AliExpress is having their 11/11 Chinese Black Friday sale. So you guys who shop AliExpress, go ahead and check that out. They got a bunch of coupons. Go ahead and get in on that. ESDE for DS has launched. Actually, let's talk about this for just a minute because I know a lot of people are gonna. Let me actually pull out my Thor because I never leave home without it. I had to grab it out of my backpack. So I am using Console Launcher right now, right? And as you can see, Console Launcher, it has the top and bottom display. I can see artwork and everything like that. It looks pretty cool. I actually set this up kind of custom, so I was putting on my own background imaging and stuff like that. And the thing that I found cool with this is that when you're going through the menus, it's showing a dual display, right? And you got that box art or whatever, and it looks really cool. When you go into a dual screen emulator like a 3DS or an NDS, it uses both screens. When you go into a single screen emulator like a Switch or like a PlayStation or anything like that, it will use the top screen. The bottom screen will open up as a launcher, and I can open whatever I want down there. Netflix, Discord, Spotify, whatever I want to get going on down there. Phenomenal, right? Now, when you get over to the ESDE side, which ESDEs, their themes are second to none. Like they have amazing themes. They make really cool backgrounds, and the community supports it and backs it and does really cool things. And so I set up ESDE. As you see, ESDE takes much longer to load, first of all, and it probably has to do with the backgrounds and stuff. But ESDE, let me turn down this brightness some. Maybe that will.
Yeah. Is that mine any better?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So ESDE is like you get all these nice themes and everything, But
Right.
look what's going on here. I still have my native launcher down at the bottom. It's not using dual screens, and this is supposed to be the dual screen build. So I know there's somebody out there who's figured it out.
Mine's using dual screens.
Is it because you're in a game library, or does it do
so
that
here's what you do. So what you do is there's a feature you have to turn on that says display on other screen, and then you have to launch control ESD from the bottom screen, and it plays the game on the top screen and keeps your ESD menu on the bottom screen.
Okay, that's pretty cool then. Okay, I'm not gonna mess with it now. I'll mess with that later. So question, since you got it going there.
Did I just have to teach Too Loud Tech something? Did I just have to teach Tech something?
You get your little excitement.
Here's the real thing.
Digital Jedi Tech. Too loud. Two digital tech. Two digital tech. Jedi Tech. That's it.
Oh my gosh.
Too
loud. I wanted to see your with the light on.
Oh, you want to see? Okay.
Yeah, because I saw Jedi and he doesn't have hype sticks.
Yeah, no, Jedi's not that cool.
Oh,
dude.
I have. Oh, look at that! That is cool.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, pun. You guys make sure you check out Hype Sticks from Pun on Etsy. Phenomenal product. Awesome guy. Support him. He's been really cool in the community. Comes through all the time. He has a lot of people right now biting on to what he's done and putting out a product, trying to like take his business. So please support him. He's an awesome guy. I love his products. Very reasonable price. Ships out really quick. And any questions you have, you want custom colored sticks or whatever, he'll work with you. He'll get it done. Just just support a small business. That's a great guy. I really like him. I like his products.
I love that on the Thor. It looks good.
It looks so good, doesn't it, dude? When you go to Etsy, if you're looking for them, look for Hypebox, because like Too Loud said, there's a bunch of people that are copying his pattern now. He still has the lowest prices, and I mean we can all attest to his products are
rock solid, dude. Yeah. Rock solid.
Yep.
So question I had while you were on the ESDE thing really quick was so you got the dual screen going, you got the when you're going through, you got your box art or whatever showing up on the bottom screen. When you launch a dual screen game, it'll show on both screens. When you launch a single screen game, what's on the lower screen at that point?
The menu. See the menu, so right now it has.
He's talking about when you launch a game.
Yeah, it's so right now it's launched. So I have a game running on the top screen, and the bottom screen is so you have to tap on the thing. Is it
functional?
Yeah, so you tap on there.
So you could just switch games on the fly.
So can you access like your other libraries on there, like Android apps and stuff like that, so that you could go into like a Netflix or into a Discord or Spotify? Or
it switched it. I think if you
or it just switches it on the top. It doesn't allow you to open it up on the bottom screen.
Okay. Correct. It does not.
Okay.
Now, if you have the how ESD has the shortcuts, it doesn't. It'll launch the shortcuts, but it's going to launch them on the top screen. It's going to.
So I guess for those who want like a very very clean console like experience, where they don't want the third party or the extra applications being able to open on the second screen, this is probably a really good option for them. But for those of you who want to do for me, and this is kind of killing it for me. I'm gonna be honest with you. The other night I'm playing Switch 2 on my couch in handheld mode, and I'm like, dude, why don't I have a second screen so I could watch Netflix? I'm like feeling upset, honestly, because I don't have a second screen on my Switch 2 to continue to play Netflix while playing my game. So this has kind of ruined me. I do love being able to use that second screen while I'm playing something else. So,
I'm a huge fan of ESDE. I don't really care for it on this. I mean, Too Loud and I were talking about it. I have been playing stuff like launching 3DS and NDS and Switch and PS2 from the native Android home screen, and then anything retro, I'm using regular single screen games. I'm using regular ESDE for. The console launcher is cool, but I like I'm that guy like Too Loud was saying. I like the themes. You know what I mean? Yeah, these guys are planning a cookout in the chat while we're talking about ESDE.
Yeah, so. I'm looking at this. I'm like, dude, like it's going down out there in the chat.
Oh my god! So, I think there's a point to what you said. It's what AY and Thor is cracked for us and ADHD.
I agree with you, Matt. I love ESDE. They are slower on improving and developing their app. like I think we see like an update like once every couple of months. I think they need a little more time, and maybe they'll be a little more fluid. I think they just put something together really fast and just spit it out because the Thor was coming out, and
Right, and it's so hot.
and Neo DS, yeah. So it's just like when we couldn't launch Android games or Nintendo Switch, they just spit out a really fast APK update, and it's like, hey, it's kind of wonky, but it works. So I think I think they need a little more time.
Yeah. Listen, of course you could talk about food. Yeah, yeah. I just want to highlight something that I feel like is probably where is it at? One outstanding comment. Where is it at? I think we should just keep that up there.
Oh man,
we should keep that up there.
This nerd. It would probably be.
Yeah.
You know what? We'll keep it up there. You know what? Actually, I'll put it back because it's probably going to be the only time you hear that the entire stream, probably the entire week or month. So I'm gonna let you have that for your self-esteem. Because I'm a good friend.
Nicest thing somebody said to you all week long. Yep.
Also, too, badass Contra shirt, dude. I meant to mention that earlier. Badass Contra shirt.
Thank you, sir.
Super cool. So let's move along now. I mean,
right.
As you guys can see, like I said earlier on, the Thor is not chilling. I'm pretty sure that most of us that are talking about it, me, Matt, Michael, Lee. Well, Lee,
Kim, everybody
Lee's on another dual screen ship right now. But Retro Fun Tech, Selfish, all of us smaller creators, like we bought this thing out of our pocket. We have no reason to chill. This thing, if it was crap, we'll tell you it's crap. Like we really just love it that much. So moving on now, let's get into the juicy stuff, bro.
Juicy, a whole pipe burst. You would say a valve opened up.
We
are covered in steam.
You're so witty, bro. You're so witty.
Yeah, he is.
I've been workshopping that pun ever since we got the news when our guest couldn't join us. So yes.
I am so excited for this stuff. Like,
oh, dude.
I have been excited about something on Steam like this for a while. I am just super excited.
And I'm not a Steam OS guy. Right?
Yeah,
like,
me neither.
Neither am I.
But
neither
am I excited, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
sir.
What happened?
There's a new logo. Steam's just got a new logo.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So
like
now it's think corkboard.
You think we'd be shilling over a new Steam Deck, but it's not a Steam Deck, right? So I don't know. I'm pretty excited. You guys ready to watch this?
Ready.
Let's do it.
Volume on or volume down? Just what we're doing.
You put it on.
I'm just going to carry audio.
Hey everyone, this is Steam Deck. Steam Deck is our powerful, portable, handheld gaming PC that lets you take your Steam library with you anywhere. We're pretty proud of it. People who own Steam Decks have been playing everywhere, and we couldn't be happier with the response we've heard from all of you. We're excited to talk about the future of Steam Deck, but not today, because this isn't a video about the future of Steam Deck. This is a video about the future of Steam hardware. Today, we're announcing 3 new members of the Steam hardware lineup. All connect you with powerful PC gaming. All are optimized for gaming with Steam, and all are shipping in early 2026. Let's start with this one.
Pause it for a second. Yeah, pause it when it gets to the face of it. I want to see.
This is the new...
Right there?
You guys know that condition where like you can see eyes in a face and everything? I am seeing so many eyes and like
you're so funny.
I just see a Steam controller blushing. So you got the 2 eyes, the mouth in the middle, and then it's got blushing cheeks.
I'm like trying to look at it like, where do I see that face? Like,
the funny thing about this controller is I think somewhere in Reddit, right? Someone it made exactly this like a few years ago. They were like, this is the Steam controller we want.
Yeah.
It makes sense though, right? Like
it does.
From their side, right? Like they've literally built their OS to work with this one single handheld, right? Like, I mean, it works. Yes, it works with other stuff, but like it's so perfect with the Steam Deck with
show
the
that
dual
controller,
touchpads.
bro. Oh, okay. Put that controller. Are you talking about?
This is the OG.
Yeah, OG.
Yeah. The notes, the
OG Steam controller.
Sticks. Yeah.
You know, I'll tell you what, it is a cool controller. I didn't think it would be comfy because it has a really weird shape to it. It is very comfy though. But man, am I so much more excited for the new variant. The new one is just going to be like phenomenal. So back to like why I think they went with this, right? Is it only makes sense, right? Like you got your dual touchpads on SteamOS. When you're typing something, that keyboard pops up. You could literally both touchpads, and you got
that's a really good
two
point.
cursors, and you're typing really fast now, way faster than just you D-padding over to one letter, D-padding over to another letter, D-padding, like just way more convenient, way faster, and super fluid at that, And I like, for a lot of people when they got the Steam Deck at first, it was kind of like a get used to it, get familiarized because it's a different layout for your buttons, right? And your joysticks. For me, it came really natural. It felt really comfortable. For the longest time, I said the Steam Deck has the best controllers out of any of the x86 devices.
Yeah, it's been saying that for a while.
So I'm excited. The controller, it looks weird, but in a cool way. It's kind of like Cybertruck or like, whatever you can think of that's weird, but it's cool at the same time. Like that's this. It's weird, but it's very cool. I'm super excited for it. What is your guys' opinion?
So I go like friend of the show, Clef, mentioned just like he reviews a lot of controllers. He's never seen anything like this, right? And the stuff on top of it. So my opinion on this is similar to his, which is like it looks weird in the same way that you would look at a Steam Deck layout and it looks weird. But I bet you they are thinking in a way that your Vaders and your game servers are just not thinking about. They're replicating a PlayStation controller and they're replicating an Xbox controller and they're doing subtle iterations on that. This doesn't look like a subtle iteration of that. They're iterating on their own layout, and it looks wildly different than anything else we've seen.
Hold on. Were you saying that this is better than the Vader?
Most things are better than Vader, Jedi. Most things are better than Vader.
All right.
No!
I'm gonna do Michael like that, dude.
Oh, he was just giving his opinion, bro.
And you were gonna just let him burn, bro. You're a dirty old guy. You were gonna just leave him there. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
That's what you do to Vader. You let them burn.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, true.
So yeah. This is actually like for me personally. This is one of my most like looked after parts of this whole announcement is the controller. I think it's gonna be super fun.
This is priority 2 for me.
Cool. Yeah. Well, I knowing you, yes, I 100% expect that.
I'm on the same track with you, Lee. I am.
What you guys are thinking is priority 2 for me. This
Steam
is priority
controller.
1 for me, and
the new Steam controller puts.
Continue.
Sorry. Sorry.
No, it's good.
No, I clicked my headphones in and started playing. So
it's all
I forgot
good.
my headphones on the computer.
Did you put on your headphones, click the video, and get rid of Matt at this or Michael?
What
did I say?
Bro.
All of your Steam games.
I'm more concerned about the fact that you programmed a macro into your headset to kick me.
Apparently.
He did 3 things at once.
Bro, he did a V motion with his mouth, and I thought he was going to say Vader, so it just kind of instantly happened.
Hey, my boy, he be playing. He's more tech savvy than he lets off, huh?
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Triple macro.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. I think it's going to be cool. Like Gila was saying, that Steam was the first one to put. They weren't the first to have inline joysticks, but they were the first to put them on top and not on bottom.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So people just love it. Just love it.
This is so freaking cool. This with the stick and the D-pad next to it, and it was Too Loud that was pointing out one day. I'm like, you know what, you're right. That is really awesome that they have it right there. There's no reaching. It's right there. There's no reaching. It's just left, right, and do it. That's pretty awesome. They did something similar with the new one, and it's not like a down reach. I mean, it is cool. It's very, very cool. I'm excited about it.
Yeah. So I'm
Steam Deck is
comfy.
the reason why I found my love for dual joysticks up top. Like, That's the reason why I was so excited with the Retroid Flip 2 with the dual joysticks up top. That's why I was excited for the INEO 3 with the Magic Module, so I could flip that second joystick. It literally opened my eyes to something I had never experienced prior. And
I dig that.
It works. It works.
Did you ever own a Wii U?
Yeah.
I technically had it, but again, it was also kind of not their most popular console.
Yeah, it was a tablet.
I forgot about that. I actually spent a lot of time with Wii U. I spent a lot. Actually, I'll tell you a funny story. At the time when the Wii U was relevant and out, I had a Tahoe, and the Tahoe had a very deep center console. I put a power inverter in there and put my Wii U console in there so that I could use the tablet as a portable handheld. Like when I'm waiting at the doctor's, or one of my daughters goes to therapy because she has autism, so she goes to therapy, and I sit outside. I'll wait for her in the truck, and I'll play the Wii U. Dude, it was phenomenal. They had like Black Flag on that thing. Like, it was a great library on the Wii U actually. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that was and that was back at. Oh man, you just made me relive so much. I was praying for these devices that we have today with the Wii U. I was like, God, what I'll do to not have to take this console around with me and just have this portion.
Yes, Max, Wii U.
Oh man,
I went to go look at. I have a couple of Wii U's, and I know I have some Pro controllers. So I was trying to remember if I had one on display or if it's in the attic. I think they're in boxes in the attic because I think that's what Michael's alluding to. Because I'm pretty sure the Pro controller for the Wii U.
No, he's talking about the tablet, right?
No, but the tablet, yes. But Matt, when it comes to like a controller, traditional for a controller, yes, it was in the Pro controller too.
Oh,
right. But you're right. But you're right that the tablet was. But the tablet was such a weird shape, like something which looks more like a traditional controller with sticks on top. It was a Pro controller.
Awesome.
That's a good point.
So I guess Nintendo did it for me. Just I didn't notice until Steam.
Yeah.
Second time around.
Yeah, Steam did it better.
You know what they say? Second time's a charm.
Yeah. There you go. Second chance.
I just love that you crafted like the makeshift exhibit. The pimping your ride Tahoe with the Wii U.
I did. It was awesome. It was awesome.
That is funny.
Luckily, Nintendo's not suing Steam for their infringement on their patent.
Oh my god!
You know what? The Wii U was such a low bar for them when it comes to sales that they probably don't even remember that they started.
Oh my gosh! I'm gonna keep playing this.
Yeah, play it.
Yeah.
You want to play wherever and however you.
What's that, buddy?
You want to keep audio on or do audio off? This way we can talk over it because I'm gonna guess that most people have.
Oh yeah.
Or
they're not gonna get
turn
the
it
news
down a
about
little.
what this is from
here.
Yeah. I'm curious. Like this, we're obviously going to work with Steam OS. I'm going to be curious to see is this going to work with Windows? Like, are they going to do the driver?
They already said it's going to be Windows, Steam,
Yep.
Android.
Okay.
I'm really excited. So they got the what is it? The grip gyro activation thing, which is kind of cool. TMR sticks. I'm really excited. Might sound silly, but I'm really excited about the puck.
The puck sounds interesting. You got to make the pairing part has got to be easier.
But did you guys see that? So like both sticks are on the same board. So that's a little concerning for me because like what happens if you get one dead stick? You gotta replace the whole board?
Yeah, but I guess it depends on
Wait,
yeah, let me go
are the joysticks soldered?
Yeah, because they're TMR sticks, right? So they're all soldered, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
But
I didn't even notice that.
So you just gotta buy one piece, right?
But look at the board. Right? I'm wondering if you just board and it's a pop in. Yeah, that's definitely soldered on. But I'm
pretty sure that's soldered.
Pop in board, and I guess it's really relevant to how expensive they are and what they choose to do. Because I mean, you can buy TMRs now. I have a surprise. I have a new game console, and I'm going to swap it out the sticks on it with TMR. Got a set of TMR sticks for like $13 off of Amazon. So they're getting more affordable. You know what I mean? I'm sure the caliber, the ones that you're going to see on the Steam controller are going to be much higher quality and going to be more expensive. But I mean,
and the board they had the laser engraved Steam on it, so that it raises the price by like $50.
Oh, $50.
Hey Matt, how come you got to buy new sticks for your game console device?
Oh no, I had planned on swapping it out for TMRs to begin with. But if you want to bring it up, you freaking jerk. My game console that I was really excited, the Too Loud Jinx came just not in good condition. It is the R2 is seized up, the L1 is seized up.
Oh
There's
no.
parts rattling around in it, the battery's it's a mess. And of course I emailed them and they were like no English, and then they erased their email address.
I'm shocked.
Wait,
I'm shocked.
they wrote you back in Spanish?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I haven't had that experience yet.
They haven't even responded to me yet.
So
and I was really bummed about it.
So I'm guessing user-friendly replacement, hopefully. But if one stick's bad, both sticks are bad.
Yeah, you don't have a choice.
I'll say, being that they're TMR, I'm not that concerned. I'm not that concerned with sticks being bad.
The chances are really low.
Valve's quality control is fire. It's phenomenal. Why do you think it? Look, I'm gonna tell you an easy way to know the validity of Valve's, quality control. How often are refurbished Steam Decks for sale?
Yeah, barely ever.
Right? Like that literally tells you how many of them are coming back.
Getting there, GG.
I know, GG. Can we let us build up, my friend? All right, let us build up.
So the only thing,
don't believe in foreplay. GG
the only. I'm not thinking like maybe okay, you might have a faulty one out of like a million units that comes out of the factory, but I'm thinking like if you spill something on it, Coke, orange juice, blah, blah, whatever, it's taking out both sticks. Like they both gone. So
and I don't think this is going to be a cheap controller. I honestly don't. I think me and Clef were talking about it, and I think this controller will be somewhere between $120, $150.
I can see that.
Just with the tech that's inside of it, just and looking at comparable, why would it not cost as much as a Xbox Elite controller?
True. Not only that, it looks like it has magnetic charging on the back. So
it does. It has a little dock where you sit it on and you charge it right there.
Built-in battery also is going to raise the price.
35 hours with a lithium battery.
See, that's crazy.
Oh, it's going to be awesome.
The puck. I'm really excited about the puck. This thing is so cool.
But back it up 5 seconds right here, Matt. Like less than 5. The guy playing right here. So this right here, this image alone should answer your question. This is not a Steam box. This is not a Steam. Like that's most likely a Windows PC. Will it work with Windows? This guy's.
Yeah.
They could have. This is Valve's advertising, right? Like they could have put a Steam box there. Instead, they put a desktop tower there. So. Most likely, this is Windows, but they did mention that it works with, Windows.
When I looked at this picture, I didn't even get that. I saw the angle on the side behind his computer, and I was like, is he playing in his attic? Where the hell is he?
It's too funny.
He probably is like in a loft. He probably is like in a loft portion of his house or something. Yeah.
That's funny. The puck, it's tiny. It's magnetic charging. It works as a wireless dongle or a wired connection.
That's what she said.
I mean, I don't know about anything about that. No English. It's
very,
very cool.
Somebody's going to 3D print a dock.
Mom's garage. Yeah, probably. I didn't think about that one.
Somebody's going to 3D print a dock that you have to slot the puck into, because it's like I love the 8-bit Do controllers, and I love the little docks they come with, so you just kind of slot in there. But
I like that. Oh, sorry. I was so sorry.
The 3D print community goes crazy. So
yeah, I was just like, I like that they use their limited edition white Steam Deck that you can't get anymore.
No joke.
Why not flex? It would have been cool, actually, just as a cool little head nod in the beginning. I mean, and there's no saying that they won't. In the beginning, they should release them with a couple, like some white ones, some transparent black with the orange sticks. Just because, right? Like, hey, we're here first. Let us get this limited edition.
I'm still on the boat of customizing your own stuff. Like, Xbox Elite lets you build your whole entire controller however you want.
Yeah.
Like, just give us some panels.
Look how long it took them to get there, right? Though, like, it wasn't like that in the 360 days or Xbox days or Xbox One. That literally came to life in the series.
You got a $5 Oscar Mayer faceplate you can go put on the front of your 360.
Yeah, like it just Give me different faceplates to put on my controller. Make it unique. Make it so that I know which was mine.
Like Game
The
Show,
awesome-
like Game Show does.
Well, the awesome thing is that this is going to be a Steam product. Steam products get really, really great third-party support. You could look at Extreme Rate. Extreme Rate's been going crazy with the shells and the customizations and everything that they're offering for Steam Deck. I would not be surprised. I mean, I would be absolutely surprised if they didn't drop a shell swap for this controller.
Yeah, very true. I just wonder how user-friendly it'll be.
Yeah, it'll probably be a pain in the butt.
Yeah, probably.
The Steam Deck, the repairability on it was actually very, very good. Swapping out hard drives and things like that. The only thing was like if you have to do anything with the front shell and that screen, that was the one.
It's not fun.
Like, that's a nightmare.
Hey, it didn't stop our boy Danny, Corruption Gaming. I mean, that man has shell swapped more Steam Decks than anybody I know, man.
And his work is insane. Some of those ones that he
beautiful,
did.
Bro.
The Baja Blast one that he did one, and I know where he got the shell from. It was the same color as the Baja Blast, the Mountain Blue stuff. It looked insane, man.
Glow in the dark shells.
I did a glow in the dark. Yeah, a lot of really cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna hit play because we're gonna
let's do it.
Let's transition to the next part.
Steam Deck or the new Steam machine.
GG is gonna go crazy on it.
This is the new Steam machine.
Oh yeah.
This looks awesome.
I'm impressed with coming out with on the Steam because the original pitch for Steam machines is like you build your own.
Steam machine is a powerful gaming PC.
Hold on.
Hey, that's
look at this is so
they got
cool.
me with that, dude. Like they got me.
The
with
customizable
First of all,
face.
the music, the light bar moving as it's coming through, and then they're swapping faceplates back to back. Like very good
in
marketing.
A small
man.
but mighty package.
One
Designed for
website
your
had a
games
front faceplate that had like a e-ink screen on it. I was like, yes, that is what I want. I want Chuck.
So just so everyone knows, that light bar is completely customizable.
Yep. Light bars come. How cool would that be if they did that, Michael, and they gave you an e-ink screen on the front plate? That would be insane, man.
It would be really cool.
Read thermal.
I'm sure somebody will make a mod for that. Like I'm sure we'll find stuff for that. It's funny because it's a half size Series X, right? It's like the pint size X.
They said that you could fit it under a banana, so like that's pretty small.
Yeah,
but
literally their advertisement is that you can hide it under a banana.
The beauty of the
think of a banana standing up, like the shape of the height, because this thing is only like 7 inches tall or something like that, 7 or 8 inches tall or something.
Oh, okay.
They actually have it on like the Steam page, like they have like a picture of a banana with it.
The beauty of something with a shape like this, like the Xbox, is that you can put a big fan on there. Whenever you get something that has to be like a console, looks like a DVD player, or in Matt's case, like a Betamax player. It's too thin, so you have to put like a small fan on there. But when you can put a big fan that moves more air, and then it doesn't like have that coil whine because it's a small fan and has to go super fast in order to keep things cool. Like big boxy shapes like this, big fan pushes more airflow. It's quieter.
But the crazy part is that modding is going to be insane. It's got 4 magnetic points on the front of this. So people are going to be 3D printing magnetic fans to go right onto this thing to push even more air into this guy. And then they're going to be overclocking this thing like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
that's a good point.
The modding community is going to just go crazy with it, period.
Oh, yeah.
Dude. This thing is going to become everything. It's going to become a mini fridge. It's going to become freaking like a toaster, like a coffee machine, coffee warmer. Like, it's going to be everything. What Cyber just said about them releasing the files for 3D printing the shell, that would be, front plates, that would be super cool. That would be super cool.
I hope they do, because I'm gonna start an Etsy store. Yeah,
I would like them to release files for the whole shell
PC.
all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
That would be very cool.
Somebody will figure it out. If they release that, it's better, but somebody's gonna figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, look right there.
There's your white edition.
Cool.
There it is. Yeah. They even had the transparent edition in there.
The white one's not as cool to me as the smoke's transparent.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Like that thing, they killed that one, man. Gorgeous.
6 times more powerful than a Steam Deck.
Yes, correct.
Dude.
So
Zen 4,
I scoured the internet all night when this stuff dropped because I wanted us to be ready for this stuff. But this guy is coming in with a semi-custom AMD Zen 4. So that's the 6-core 12-thread over the Steam Deck's AMD Zen 2, which is a 4-core 8-thread. So we're doubling CPU power. But where this monster is crushing it at right now is the GPU. They went with a discrete GPU instead of an integrated GPU. Not only that, they put 8 gigs of dedicated VRAM in this sucker. Like, that is awesome. That is awesome. And so, yeah, in terms of 6 times powerful than a Steam Deck, oh, yeah, easily.
Keep it paused right here for a second.
Pause there on purpose.
Okay. I'm not. Go ahead, Lee. Finish your thought. I want to.
Oh yeah, no. I was done. It was like it's just incredible what they thought of.
Absolutely.
You don't let us play the song when you stop talking, though.
We were spitballing. Yeah. You're right. We were spit. Oh, dude, wait a minute. Who the heck we gonna ask about our beans today? Oh, dude.
No. I got it lined up. Cyber's gonna answer the question. Well, I'm gonna tell you, Cyber already told me he prefers pinto beans.
No. I already know where this is going.
You're not just picking a random person out of the chat.
Cyber said, Jedi, you're the best looking dude on the show, and I agree with you. Pink beans and pinto beans rock. Black beans are crap.
No.
Why does every guy start his conversation with you telling you how you look? Every guy. Like, what? I mean, I'm just trying to understand the world that you live in. Every guy and you, people, bro. It's like science, right? It's like just science, I guess.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's science.
From Discord.
No, you went too far.
As far as inside jokes go, that is way too inside.
Inside joke. See, that is an inside joke. There you go. Cyber has spoken. Cyber has spoken.
Cyber has no taste buds.
Cyber, you changed it to black beans, and we could probably get you shipped something.
Listen. To be fair, right? Like somebody named Cyber cannot actually taste beans, right? Like,
listen.
You're saying that they're digital and have no taste buds? Okay,
right? Yeah, come on, dude.
Oh my god!
You
better leave my boy alone. You better stop picking.
I want to jump back. I want to jump back into the specs for a second, because the interesting thing for me about the Steam Deck is that the Steam Deck, for a long time now, has been the standard with which devs can optimize around. Right. So what they're introducing now is a new platform, and I'm impressed, and I'm hopeful for the price. I'm impressed that they use a dedicated GPU. But what that also means to me, and what I was really looking for in whatever this Steam Machine Deck, whatever it was, I don't think this is going to translate into a handheld. I don't think you can do this with this kind of dedicated GPU in a handheld, which means now you're talking about a second platform. And if they come out with another Steam Deck, that's going to be a third platform that devs are going to have to optimize around. So some of the beauty around standardizing on a single platform for the Steam Deck, with this is going to get lost a little bit, right?
Maybe. When it comes to Steam or Valve in general, I think that they have enough money to throw around that they will make it work. Because really, if you think about everything that they design, the first thing they say is, this thing is compatible with everything else we make, and it's compatible with your games in the Steam library. They're all about compatibility. So I think that's what they're going to target.
Really quick, they did mention the modification of the Steam verified layer, so that it would include, like, this product and the glasses. So it will be modified to tell you, like, oh, this runs on Steam Deck. Oh, this runs on Frame. Oh, this runs on, So another thing that I really wanted to get back to, but I got lost in the whole bean combo because that kind of takes priority for me, is 4K 60. Nice. With FSR.
With FSR. You have to have FSR.
Oh, no. Who let this guy in? No. Let him cook. Let him cook back there. No. No, we bring him in. My boy. Welcome, GG.
Hey, GG.
Let me just get this thought out really quick. And so I want people to, like, really curve your expectations with this whole 4K 60 thing. Right? Like, let's be reasonable here. Like, like Hollow Knight, Silk Song, things like that. Yeah, probably 4K 60, whatever, with FSR. But from what I was reading, I was looking at a Digital Foundry article on this device, and they were saying that the discrete GPU will be comparable to RX 7600 cut down. So being mindful of what a 7600 is capable of, I don't know how much 4K we can really expect from this thing.
But to add on to yours, is 8 gigabytes of VRAM enough also?
Yeah, for 4K, right?
Yeah.
Like for 4K,
Yeah.
like
No.
we're already in the space where like, reviewers are calling out these big GPU manufacturers for still releasing 8 gigabyte cards in 2025, right? Because it's just like, is that enough anymore, right? Like I think 12 is the minimum now, right? Like at least 12 is the minimum now. But I think at the same time, this being a Steam device to run Steam OS is that the same thing that happened with the Steam Deck. Steam Deck shouldn't run Cyberpunk as good as it does.
That's where I was going with that.
Like it's just being honest, right? Like it shouldn't run the titles that it runs as good as it does. And that's why, because Valve and developers have put in the effort to optimize these games to run on their platform. So with this also being a Valve product, will they not do the same? Can we not expect the same thing?
I would believe
that's
so.
my thought on it, and that's my thought on it. And if they can develop for the Steam Deck and get these games to run that well, why wouldn't they be able to develop for something that's on the same OS that's more powerful?
You put your energy into what you optimize around based on the cell number. So this has to sell a lot of units for developers to take it seriously and start.
I think it will. I
hope so.
I think it will. I think it will. I think keyword right there, Michael. Keyword price, bro. And this is what it's going to come down to. But Steam, they have the metrics. They literally are the only vendor of the Steam Deck, right? Like they have the metrics. What are people buying? What are people willing to spend? So they know internally, like, hey, we can't overshoot this. This device has to come in this certain price bracket. They have all the metrics of our desktop PCs. Like, this many people are using 3060s. Oh, this many people are using 4060s. These people, they have all of these internal metrics. I'm pretty sure. And this is my guess, and I would like to hear you guys' guess followed up. Is I think that they'll be aiming this device at $500 to $600.
Console prices.
Okay, so I scoured the internet last night. I was up till like 3 a.m. building our dock, and from everything that I pulled together, expert analysts and stuff, they're pricing this at $699 for the lower tier storage and $999 for the upper tier storage, because upper tier storage is 2 terabytes.
Wait, $300 to move up to 2 terabytes?
2 terabytes.
No,
so that's where they're pricing it. But I don't know if I could take it serious, because I think we're missing one key point about
Are they soldering their SSD to the motherboard like Apple? Like what is going on?
Actually, it's upgradable. The parts are changeable. So, you can take out the SSD and the RAM, and you can upgrade them yourselves.
It's like buying the 64 gigabyte Steam Deck, right? Like nobody's keeping it 64 gigs.
Yeah, so that's what the prices I came across. Are they true? I have no idea. They're rumored, and they're just
it's all
guesses.
speculation. Yeah, it's all speculation.
But I think the big point we're missing here is, what did Valve do with the Steam Deck? They sold it at a loss because they knew people.
That's why I'm saying the prices that I'm saying.
Games.
That's exactly why I'm saying the price that I'm saying. Think about this, right? So really quick, man, I'll let you have the floor. Actually, Gigi, I know you came in here to talk about something. I'm pretty sure it's not this, but if it is, you're welcome to give your talk on this. Really quick, I think based off like what Lee's talking about, I 100% agree. The Steam Deck was sold at a loss, right? They knew they'll make it up on the back end. They knew they'll make it up in game sales, right? And look how long they've kept the Steam Deck option, right? Like Steam Deck has been on the market for over 3 years. So in the beginning, when that chipset was new, like they were selling it at a loss. Now it's only up for them, right? Like now that chipset has to be so much cheaper for them. Every Steam Deck is money in the bank for them. And they're selling software. So it's a double whammy in the end. And this product, you can imagine that if they did that with the Steam Deck, they're going to want to keep this product alive as long as possible too. This is not going to be a 1 year and done product. This is going to be most likely a 3 years plus product. So in the beginning, they could take that loss. They could subsidize themselves because they are their bank, right? They're printing money. So literally, they subsidize themselves. They put this thing out at a loss, $500 to $600. And then at that point, they're taking a little bit of loss. They're making the money back on the back end. But in 2 years' time, when all of the components in this device are cheap, they're just raking in money. They're raking in the money at that point, So
this is their console play. Console is a big market, right? That's why I think that price makes a difference. And kind of like Xbox, kind of like PlayStation. You ain't buying games from Epic on here. You ain't buying games from GOG on here. It's like you were locked into Steam.
Well, but that's the thing is it's Steam OS because you can escape that if you want to, right? Like you can get Epic, GOG.
I played with the junk store. It ain't hitting the mainstream.
Yeah. So
not mainstream for sure.
Valve came out and they said, "Hey, this is a PC. You can install whatever you want on it. You can install Windows. You can install Linux. You can install any application you want. So it's not locked to Steam OS, but I think the selling point is that it comes with Steam OS. You just plug it in and it goes. That's
it's a console. It's time to game. You're there. You're ready to go. It's streamlined. It's fluid. It's convenient. All your updates are happening seamlessly. You're not going through this whole Windows fiasco where like you have to go to the Windows settings and go get your Windows updates. You have to go to AMD or to NVIDIA to get your graphics updates. You have to go to Epic to get your updates, Steam to get your updates, over here to get and you're updating from 17 different places before you know it. This is Steam. But I will say, when the last time I installed Steam OS on the Legion Go was that in the library, I had got a little notification where it said, working toward implementing other markets so that it's an easier experience, so that we don't have to go through all this side loading and junk store and all this other crap. Like Valve on the inside is working on bringing Epic and all this other stuff into there. So I think at some point we will see that.
Integration.
Integration. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. Yeah. So I think
throw up Cypher's comment right there. It's pretty funny.
Let me see. And they did make up on game sales. I had 0 PC games until I got my LCD Steam Deck in February 2022. Now I have like 300 plus games on Steam. Yeah, that'll do it. Big Steam sales, and you're like buying stuff that you're like, I'll play this one day. I'll play this one day. Right?
Yeah, Steam's actual game is just building backlog. That's it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Collecting games like Pokemon, and they never go into battle.
Hey, so give me a second, guys. GG, I need you to say something. I don't know if you're AI right now or if you're real. So I need to hear a voice. I need you to speak up. Nothing. No audio, brother.
Nope.
No audio.
No, he's just mad at you.
We get no volume from you.
Oh yeah, that's all of us.
See, that's AI. I knew it.
Reactivate the train.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay, the rest of you are probably going to be really unhappy with this statement, but I think Alex is right about a lot of things because I'm going to send this link to Matt here. If you look at the October 2025 Steam survey, the majority of or the highest number of Steam users have an RTX 3060. The one after that is an RTX 4060, and then RTX 4060 laptop. So those are all 8 gig VRAM graphics cards, and the mobile version of the 4060 is the 6 gig VRAM. So even though 8 gigs of VRAM is low, and we all agree on that, and it's not enough for 4K, they're going with like the highest install base, the one that's most used. And you can also see that also corroborated in the rest of their specs, which Alex also said was correct. So people were like, oh wait, this thing has 6 cores, 12 threads. Look at the most common physical CPUs, 6 cores.
Ryzen 5s,
right?
Dude. Ryzen 5.
Yeah, it's going to be the AMD Ryzen 5 7500F and 7600.
Yep. So it makes sense for them to be like attacking the majority of users, right? Or the ones that have the lowest entry point. I think they did say that it's not going to be console pricing though, so I think 600 is probably optimistic. I mean, it would be nice, I think, for the market as a whole, like the Steam Deck pricing. But I think realistically,
I didn't catch that, brother. Where did you catch that remark at?
That it wasn't going to be console price?
Mm-hmm.
Lawrence Yang said it. He's one of the Valve lead designers. He said it in Adam Savage's reviews with Norm.
So it's going to be higher.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, it's probably like my guess would be it's probably going to be like 700 and then 900 or something. But
Yeah,
you could bet, and I'm not trying to jump the shark here, but like you can bet with all three of their new announcements, they're going to have like a lot of different bundle deals. And I think if you buy all three, for example, then maybe it comes down to like 600 or something like that. You know,
So
they're not
that's
stupid,
money.
right? No, of course, but I mean, that's probably their plan. Right?
I mean,
if you were them,
how
that's what
many
you would do, right?
people will buy the bundle, right? Like a lot of people at that point. Like you make a bundle deal, like that's gonna sell.
Yeah.
You know?
So I mean, I'll talk about it later. When you guys talk about what I want to talk about, I assume.
Yeah,
but like,
I think three of us are waiting for the same thing.
but like, I really do think that a bundle for all three of these products, if they hit the right price point, like it's going to be a big deal. It's going to shake up the market like big time.
Oh yeah.
You could build a heck of a PC for $800 to $900 though.
But that's the thing. They're
maybe
trying,
not. You seen RAM prices recently, Michael?
Yeah, they built something where you don't have to build a gaming rig and you can just start playing. That's the targeted focus.
Exactly.
Is hey, we're using the most common specs that everyone used to play all of our games. Here it is in a box. You don't have to do anything. Just install your games and play.
Yeah. And again, the interface works great on TV. So like there's a even if it's not console pricing,
it's really genius what they're doing if you think about it, guys. Right? Like they're attacking the console market because of the Steam OS. Like they'll fit right into the console market, but they're also opening that doorway to console players to get into the PC library.
Yeah.
Right. Like so, exactly. Like because think about how many console players, even your own friends, right? Like think about even your own friends who are still console players, and you're like, hey, let's play this game. And they look and they're like, oh, it's not available on Xbox, or oh man, it's not available on PlayStation. You know, and
or
now,
they don't have crossplay.
Or it's the crossplay or cross save.
This is all of these devices together. It's literally a galaxy brain move. I mean, people are I think most people laughed at like the PS Portal, but we see where it is now, and that it has streaming capabilities. Hey, well, guess what? If you have a Steam Deck right now, a Steam machine actually makes sense for you because you can stream from that Steam machine, right? Absolutely. And then you're like, oh, okay, well, now I want a new Steam controller, right? Yeah. Yep. So like, it's genius that they're doing it this way.
You know what else you can stream from your? You know what else you can stream to from your Steam machine?
No, man, I'll kick you. Topic
transition.
I'll kick you.
With the low latency wireless connectivity of the Steam controller pod.
Wait.
And it's great for streaming your game.
Hold on, because there's so much to unpack.
Yeah, there's more that you have to talk about this stupid little box.
So,
I do have another thought about this thing too. Even though the specs PC wise are low end, right? And I believe they said that they were targeting something where they said they weren't going for console pricing. They were targeting something closer to like entry level PC. The thing is that even as an entry level desktop gaming PC, this thing still specs wise still outperforms the Xbox Series X, still outperforms the PS5 Pro, right? So, it's like Alex said, I mean, this is very smart that they're going after like the console market essentially just from like the PC side, right?
Yeah. I mean, but the crazy thing is, I actually think that this is going to sell really well because
I do.
They already did it. They already indoctrinated people, right? They sold the Steam Deck with Steam OS, and now they're saying, hey, now you can have it at home with the same familiarity that you already have.
Absolutely.
You already know it. You already know how to work it. You just got to plug it in.
Think about this, right? Like we're looking at this pricing from a standpoint of hardware. Right, but like, look at this. We're not buying this for the hardware, right? Like, we're buying this for the software. We're buying this for the Valve support, library, right? Like, we're buying this for Steam OS, right? So, like, this is a whole package. This is not just a one show pony. Like whereas like a 7600, you're thinking like, oh, like we said it earlier, like, okay, 7600, how great is that? 8 gigs, like, but a 7600 that is being optimized by Valve for their operating system so that it runs better. Like we said, look what they squeezed out of the Steam Deck as far as performance goes. What are they going to squeeze out of this 70? And we can't look at it as just a standard 7600 because they said semi-custom, right?
Yeah.
Semi-custom, so it is a proprietary for them, And at that point, when they're optimizing it, they're making this thing squeeze out performance numbers that we should not believe that this thing is capable of. Then that's what you're paying for. You're not paying for a 7600 and a Ryzen 5 and 16 gigs of RAM or whatever. You're paying for Valve's in-house optimization of this product.
And they work hand in hand with AMD.
Yeah, and then another thing. Think about this. How many guys already have a very powerful desktop gaming PC? Right? Like, how good do you think this thing is going to be at Steam Cloud Play? You have this thing in your living room now as your set-top box, and your PC's in the room or in your office, your basement, your grandma's house, whatever, and you're cloud gaming to this thing, and now this thing, it's gonna be amazing. The Cloud Play is going to be seamless. Right?
Well, that's their targeting, right? Is like getting PC gamers out of their room into their living room, and then getting console gamers into PC gaming. Like you were saying earlier, they got both sides. They did it.
I hope they go vertical on the drivers and actually write their own drivers, because I get tired when it's like, oh, we have to wait for AMD to release the drivers, or we have to pay AMD. Like if it's going to be semi-custom, I hope that means that Valve is actually involved in the driver. Like
they say that they work very close with AMD in developing these semi-custom chips. So I would assume they have their hands in it.
So it's gonna be like Xbox or PlayStation, right? Like when do you hear Xbox say, "Well, we're waiting on AMD to release a driver," or PlayStation, "We're waiting on AMD"? No, dude, it's very close partnership. They're working in unison. They probably have a group of individuals that are set aside, like, hey, you guys are our Valve team over here at AMD, right? Like, so there's that. And then too, why doubling back on the Cloud Play, the next product also is going to capitalize on that as well. Right, so
teasing this for the whole damn show.
We can go ahead.
Yeah,
if you guys
I like Matt disappearing so that he can eat. It's pretty.
I don't want to stuff a granola bar in my throat on camera.
No, thank you. We'd rather you not stuff anything in your mouth on camera.
I mean, since you guys only want to talk about the Steam Machine, the
well, we're just trying to get it all out
on the show. And not the most important device on the show.
We're trying to get it all out.
Bro, unpacking. What's most important to you could be irrelevant to others. So
exactly,
everybody's product is not everybody's product. You just got to remember that at the end of the day. Not every product is made for Matt.
Irrelevant to those people, then they're just wrong.
But
I'm gonna make space for you guys to talk about the next thing. GG, take over for me.
Oh, take it easy, Michael. GG said that he had another opinion on this, so I kind of want to hear what he wanted to say about this.
Yeah, let's get it.
All right, what is my opinion on?
You said you had another idea or something on this.
On what are we talking about? The Steam
machine? Yeah, Steam machine.
No, I think I shared my thought on it already.
Okay, you're just waiting for the next one.
Yeah.
He's like,
it's good. I mean, you guys made all the great points about it. It's that's why I said earlier, it's like a galaxy brain move. I mean, it makes to your point, Lee, what you were saying about getting PC gamers out of their offices or their rooms, getting console gamers into PCs. I think that's also a really that's really poignant, because I think that's where the specs make sense, right? Because if you go too high and the thing costs too much money, it's a boutique INEO product that no one wants to spend the money on, right?
Right.
And then if you put like this box that's basically Steam Deck spec wise, who wants that? No handheld person wants that, because we already got something in that performance,
You
so
dock your Steam Deck at that point, right?
Yeah, exactly. So you got to put something that's like just a little bit higher, right? And it's enough to kind of meet somewhere in the middle, right? The other thing is like, everyone has been recently FOMOing about like Strix Halo AI Max, 395, 390, 388, 392
over that, right?
The thing is this thing is going to be just as close. Like it's going to perform just as close. The only significant advantages the Strix Halo will have is the configurable VRAM. That's the primary advantage that thing is going to have.
And the portability.
Well, the portability. The thing is, bro, you're not. I know you were memeing about it when we were in DMs or whatever, but like, when you're not tethered to the wall, you're not going to be running this at like 60 watts. or like 80 watts, because then you get an hour of battery life again. What's the point of that? You know what I mean?
Friend, my friends over at Ugreen have provided me a solution.
Yeah.
Let me introduce you.
He's got a big old battery.
Bro, that's just cheating.
I don't have it with me. I was just kidding.
That's just replacing a battery backpack with another battery pack. That's all you're replacing that with.
So
I'm going to give you some pushback on this. So
okay,
you were saying about the difference with like the variable RAM adjustments and stuff on a 395. This thing is being pushed out to consumer wise. It's being pushed out to me, right? Because you watch a show, everybody. I'm the least technical savvy guy right here, right? I'm your average consumer. So I don't want to worry about that. I want to worry about the console experience. And I think that's what they're gearing at, right? With the Steam machine, it's going to go up on your mantle, hook it up to your TV, and you're not going to worry about TDPs or adjustable VRAM. You're just going to play the damn games, kind of like what they have set up with the Steam Deck. And I think that's where the hidden beauty of that is, right? For us, because we're crazy and, we all have custom PCs and, and I don't even know what that spaceship is over Gigi's shoulder. It looks like something that belongs off of Doctor Who, right? I mean, it's insane.
That's just a crane game, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah, right. Well, he's got that there, and he's got his Arthur Fonzarelli look going, and it's badass, right? But I don't think that's their market. I don't think that's the target. I think the target is the person that wants to be able to. They know. I think, and this may be a hot take, but I think console gaming is dying. I think people are going to PC gamers. I was a diehard console gamer for years, and I'm a PC gamer now. My kids are born into the PC gaming. And this is a conversation last year I had with Tulad, and that's why he pushed me to build this. I talk about it all the time, but I have this insane rig here that Tulad pushed me to build. And his point was that the console gaming is dying. You need to build a gaming PC. It's the future. He's 100% right. They're taking that and giving it to the consumers who don't have a Tulad or a GG in their corner or a Lee in their corner like I do to help me get there. And I think that's genius. You know what I mean? The price point, it may be rough, but I think it's going to be for those people that aren't like me, that don't have you guys to have my back with that stuff. I think it's going to be a good experience overall.
Well, I don't think the price point is going to hurt anyone really, because when you take in the shipping for the parts, most likely tariffs, and then the knowledge to build it, to put it together, to get Windows installed, to get your games installed, you take in all of that. I think people value their time over whatever the price of this unit's going to be. It's basically, hey, this little box shows up, you plug it in, you download your game, and you can play Cyberpunk in 15 minutes. And people are like, yeah, I want that.
That's the nice thing with the Steam Deck, right? Like that's the nice thing. You log into Steam and you're ready to go. Start downloading your library. Boom. You may have an update.
I dig it.
I mean, despite Matt's regular bean choices, I don't have anything to disagree with him on. I mean, I agree with all those points. I mean, except for like desktop PCs like being the future. I think Alex is wrong about that. I think mobile is really taking away from that, like laptops and everything like that too. There just isn't like a whole lot of need or room for like desktop PCs. At least the power level that they're at, people showing off their EPing with like 4090s and 5090s and stuff that like for most people, they don't need that or they don't want that. Right. Just because it doesn't make sense. Yeah. And well, it doesn't make sense, cost wise, but, I do think like consoles are definitely different now. Like they're not what we like grew up with. And
they don't hit the way they used to.
Yeah. And that's totally aside from like the ownership, the physical games thing. Like that's totally aside from that. But you could probably make the argument that because of that, it's all like piled together and it's all pushed together. Like besides that though, I would say it totally makes sense. I think the biggest hurdle for me, or the biggest like make or break thing, is going to be the price. If it comes in like $600-700, I think this will be definitely a success. If it's $1,000, they're gonna cut the price like quick. I think, because that's just too much. Because anyone like us, like you said, who either builds PCs or have someone who they build PCs, or they're gonna look at $1,000 price tag and they're like, well, I could just buy a PC. Like, what's so great about this like a little box thing? Like, you know what I mean? Like they're not going to see the value in that. But if you get it like low enough, and that's where I was talking about like the bundles thing, that's when people are going to like really open their eyes to it. Right.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with most of what you said. One thing I did agree with Matt. Dude, you look like the fonts, bro.
That's the look I'm going for. That's what I typed into the LLM prompt.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice, bro. Nice.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
worked for you then. It worked for
Okay.
you.
Okay. Thanks.
One part where I don't agree. Look. I'm a handheld. Like, I love handhelds. If I could play everything on handheld, I would. Like, hey, for many years I was like mouse and keyboard, mouse and keyboard. I mean, mouse and keyboard is superior, right? At the end of the day, mouse and keyboard is superior.
For
But
shooters.
what do every time when I'm playing with anybody that plays games with me, Lee, Matt, you, Clef, it's like, what are you playing on? Oh, I'm playing on controller.
Right.
Why?
I've
Why?
never
Like,
said that
why?
to you. I've
No,
never said
me.
that.
Anybody who asks me,
Oh.
like, what are you playing on right now? Like, oh, I'm playing on controller.
Yeah, you are.
And the reason, and then they'll be like, the first thing they'll say is like, why? It's like, because I want it to carry over to when I play on my X86 devices. I want to be in that same space. So I force myself to continue on with controller. Dude, I put a controller in my 10-year-old daughter's hand to play, and she's like, it feels foreign. You know, kids are growing up now watching their favorite streamers playing on PCs, dude. Like, they're not watching them playing on Xbox anymore. They're not watching them play on PlayStations anymore. They're watching their favorite streamers, their favorite content creators play on PC. Like, kids now that their parents all grew up on consoles are growing up on PC. So I think PC is not desktop. The desktop experience is not going anywhere. But will it be more like, will handhelds grow in this space? I absolutely believe handhelds have no choice but to grow in this space. We've been seeing it now for years, right? Like, it's definitely growing, but will it take over? I don't think so. I think there's still that place where people like to just sit at their computer with their comfortable chair, with their big OLED monitors, and just enjoy playing games in a big space, right? So
Yeah,
but
I think that's going to be replaced by like little Gabe cubes like this. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I agree with what you guys are both saying. But Chi, okay. So two left. I agree with you. I don't think PCs are going anywhere. There's too many diehards out there. But I don't also agree with. I agree with some parts of Chi, but I don't think that the future is PC or console. I really think the future is smartphones, because we're thinking about our generation, but you got to think about the new generation. The new generation, it's all about the phones. Like, they gotta have it. Gotta have it.
That hurts my heart when you say that, man. Like,
touchscreen
FPSing and
like that's the new future. Like, when I went to the Philippines and I met Liz's nieces and nephews, he played everything on his phone. Roblox, shooters. It didn't matter. He was just so used to it. You put it in my hand, and I'm like, how do you move? How do you aim? He's like, it's easy. It's just like this. And I've
watched streamers do it, like PUBG and things like that, like like going in, like absolutely insane. And I
just think that when chips get to the point where they're at PC power, you're just gonna have a dock at home. You're just gonna have a big monitor. You're gonna slap your phone into the dock, and that's it.
Lee, I think you're pretty smart, because I think you're purposely segueing us into what you want to talk about.
Yes.
So, Matt, if you would please, sir, bring us in on what everybody here seems to be waiting for.
Yes.
Now you want to talk about it?
Come on, Space Cadet. Let's go.
Setting up my G2. Jesus.
To your phone, tablet, laptop, Steam Deck, or Steam Frame. Oh, yep. This is Steam Frame.
Right there.
It is a nice looking headset.
Steam Frame is Valve's next generation VR hardware. Stream all your Steam games, VR and non-VR alike, in this comfortable, lightweight, wireless VR headset.
This is it. This is the future right there.
Steam Frame uses
right there
tracking, so getting into your games is as easy as slipping on the headset and waking it up. Steam Frame controllers included with.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Michael Benny. It took so long because we were waiting for this guy named Retro Lunch to leave, dude. We were just trying to wait for him to haul butt out of here so that we could have an opportunity to actually speak about this thing. So,
dude, I was waiting for you to say Jedi. I was gonna kick both of you in the eye as soon as you said Jedi.
What? What did I do?
We were waiting for you and Jedi. Jedi, it's time to go. So while we're here looking at this product, look, he don't even know. What?
I'm watching a video. I heard
This-
All right,
This stuff is just mind blowing.
you can
There's
turn it
too
down,
much to
Matt.
talk about.
Let's turn it down the volume while it plays.
I did turn it down. Can you
Okay.
still hear it?
Yeah, we did. So I want to actually, because I know this is why he joined us, so I want to give him the floor first. GG. What's up?
Oh no,
What's up
that's
with
not.
this?
That's no, that's
No,
not
come
fair.
on,
I didn't
bro.
get to hear.
Come
Okay,
on.
okay. Well, I'll try not to steal everyone's talking points, but so the guy that I was talking about earlier, Norm from Adam Savage's reviews, he called the Steam frame the Steam Deck of VR headsets, and I think this is a very accurate description.
Oh,
People are not going to realize how much this is going to change the landscapes of VR headsets and HMDs, head-mounted displays, until this thing hits the market, and then they're like, "Oh, okay, that's a thing." You know what I mean? And then I'm not gonna like have a price prediction and say like it's gonna hold its value like a Steam Deck does, but it has so much potential with this thing that people don't really realize like it's going to be changing the landscape for like years. I watched the Fox's video earlier today, and I actually thought he was going to talk about this, but he didn't. What he talked about primarily was foveated streaming and foveated rendering. For people that are not familiar with that from the VR space, that's basically having everything of the image in focus, like wherever you're looking, and then the edges of it blurred out or basically not rendered fully, because that's how your eyes actually work. And I had this talk, with my friends and colleagues from Handhelds United, Nelly and Clef, and they were laughing at me because they were like, "Wait, Gigi, do you use your phone and you can't see the edges?" They are not paying attention. I think they're sleeping, because if you go and take your handheld right now and you look in the center of your handheld, whatever that handheld is, I think at least if it's larger than 6 inches, right? So an ROG Ally or larger, you're not going to be able to see the time or the HUD in the corner.
Yep.
You have to move your eyes.
Correct.
You move your eyes
That's
to see.
really funny.
So,
yeah, that's really funny.
It's
I can't
true.
see it.
Yeah, that's because
that's
your
really funny.
your eyes do not produce enough resolution for you to see it in that corner. But when the game is rendering it, it's rendering its full pixels. So it's technically wasting processing power, graphics power to do that, right?
Yes.
There was a handheld that was teased before last year, right, by XPG Neo, which was supposed to leverage the front-facing cameras to use foveated rendering, just like what is happening on the VR side for some games. The problem with the VR side with the foveated rendering is that it has to be implemented by the developer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's on a per game basis, and you all know, similar to like FSR and like DLSS, especially at the beginning, it was a very bumpy ride because developers had to like buy into the system. And then we saw with FSR 1, right? And then gradually with 2 and 3, like it almost supported like every game because of its open nature, right? So with the Steam frame, they're saying it's handled by SteamOS and Steam VR essentially, right? So whatever is getting sent to those glasses, or I'm sorry, that headset, it's going to render the maximum. I think they said like up to 10 times the bit rate in the center of where you're looking using the eye tracking, and then everything else around will look like pixelated, or you're not really going to be paying attention to it. And there's a Linus Tech Tips video where he's tested like foveated rendering on even the PSVR 2, and he couldn't really notice it. Like you'd have to cheat basically, right? That's how fast that these things refresh. And I think for any of us handheld enthusiasts, anyone who's realistically a gamer of any kind that is leveraging some kind of PC hardware, this is exciting, because this means that we don't have to have 5080s and 5090s to get better performance, to get like better quality image and everything, right?
Yes.
So like the one concern I have is they're using this new term, foveated streaming, and they're not really talking that much about foveated rendering. So I'm wondering if like on your Steam machine side, the graphics are still fully rendered, but then when it's sending the signal over Wi-Fi to you using the dedicated dongle, if only like the central pixels are being rendered. Because in that case, you're going to get a nice image in the middle, and then it should help with latency and stuff. But like it doesn't help the Steam machine side, because it still has to produce all the graphics. That's one thing I'm a little concerned about.
I didn't even.
That's
pay
one thing I'm a
attention to
little concerned about, but like theoretically, if they can control the pipeline so they know exactly which pixels are getting the most like full resolution, think of it like if we're looking from the upscaling FSR side, the middle or the central or wherever you're looking gets fully rendered, and then everything else uses like FSR, ultra performance. Let's put it like that way, right? If they control that pipeline and they could see like what's being sent there, there's nothing that's stopping them on the graphics side to also say, hey, don't render fully all that stuff on the edge.
Yeah.
Right. There just might be some added latency for it to like travel back and forth, that data. Right. So like I'm really excited because I think that this has potential to really unlock like handhelds. Really, I know it was kind of a joke and a meme to have like a camera on a handheld before. I think the first one was like the Neo Queen. People are like, why do I want Windows Hello on my handheld? Oh, this is stupid. Like, yeah, it didn't really
foveated rendering.
But now you can do foveated rendering, like as long as they can like tap into that API, which is like really cool. So I won't talk about what I assume everyone else is going to talk about, which is
really quick.
Yeah,
really quick. So for me, with the IBM Coon and the Windows Hello thing, it wasn't about like, oh, why do I need Windows Hello? It was like, why do I want Xi Jinping watching me take a dump?
bro, Xbox was doing that since they had Connect anyway. So like, what does it matter? I mean, no. I know. Yeah, I won't talk about the FX stuff because the FX and SteamOS on Android because I know you guys.
Yeah. I mean, there's so much.
Let me really quick. So because you are stealing all the thunder, Gigi, you are so caught up with this stuff. This is your field.
Well, I got more. I got more, man.
Here.
I got more, and
I know you
bad.
do. That's why I got to jump in here really quick. So listen, one, that foveated rendering, like that's. Man, that opens a lot of doors. Like that would truly be insane. Like I think that would be. I want to see, like in my mind, I can't grasp it. I know exactly what you're talking about though, from like XR glasses and stuff like that, to where like you're not truly rendering, like your eyes aren't rendering in the edges, right? So I think like that perfectly makes sense if it is decreasing what the desktop has to do, right, as far as rendering. But if like you said, if it is still rendering the complete image on the desktop side, really how useful is that? Because at that point it's like you're introducing latency where like I might as well get the full image at that point. If it's just on a streaming side, then I why not just give me the whole image where I don't have to deal with the latency? Because I don't feel like it's going to, because these things are going to be like Wi-Fi 7, right? Like they're going to be Wi-Fi 7. They're coming with like a little dongle that you're plugging in so that you're getting a seamless connection and things like that. So I think if you have good internet, which, a lot of us here in the States, thankfully we have, fiber and stuff like that. So we're getting really good internet. And I think that the foveated rendering would be, I mean, if foveated, am I saying it correctly? Foveated?
Yeah, foveated.
Okay. So if foveated streaming is a step to get to foveated rendering, then I'm all for it. Right? But if that's where the bar stops, then I don't even know if it's worth proceeding down that.
So it's actually the reverse. Foveated rendering is stepping into foveated streaming.
But that means that it would have to be foveated on the side of the desktop, correct? Right? Like it wouldn't be rendering out the whole image on the desktop side.
This is the funny part. Foveated rendering has been around for a while. No one uses it. It costs us too much. Cameras, people don't want extra cameras on their systems, and that's something that Gigi was bringing up, Rick. No one wants a camera on their handheld. Why? And so that's why
I don't mind the idea of a camera.
Yeah, that's why they're like, let's shelf this. But then Steam came in and they were like, well, forget rendering. Why don't we use it for streaming? And this is the aspect I think a lot of people are missing, Rick. So does it change internal graphics for a game? No, it doesn't. But what Steam is trying to achieve here is that they know that people probably have access to hardware better than they have access to networks. And Matt could probably chime in on this a lot because he works in the network world. But there's a lot of issues in network. You have packet losses. You have network issues. Your internet might be running crappy that day. You might not be getting your full speed. And so what Steam did is they were like, let's design a software where it uses foveated streaming, which is just like an offset of rendering. Instead of rendering, we're going to stream. And how we're going to do this is we're going to compress all of the data. So
it's a lighter load on your bandwidth, on your network.
Yes.
Okay.
They're going to compress all of the data around the area where you're not focused on. So the foveated term comes from your fovea, which is the part of your retina that has the sharpest quality of vision. So they're going to focus all of that data to that point. So they will compress all of the data around the foveated streaming area and uncompress the area where your fovea is looking. So now they're sending this data across your network. And this is something that VR has had a problem with for a long time, is when you uncompress a whole entire image and you send it through your network, you get really choppy stuff. Like the way that VR headsets work around this right now is they reduce the quality of the graphics so that you can keep on playing. But you notice it. It's a considerable notice when you go from high quality to low quality. And you're like, crap, my internet's not pulling fast enough that I can't.
It's like in a game. So basically what you're summarizing is like when you play a game on PC and you have dynamic render resolution turned on in that game.
Yes.
Right? Like,
yeah,
so
exactly.
It's pulling back when it's having a hard time.
Exactly. Okay. So Steam was like, let's get rid of that. Let's reduce the amount of data it takes for parts of the game you can't even see, like what GG says. Like if you're focused at one point, you're not imagining what's happening around your site. You just see the trees and stuff, but it's in a lower quality. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to compress the data and send it over in low quality. So you might be looking at 4K right in the middle, but then you got 1080p on the other sides.
Which, to be fair, right? Like when you're looking and you're just in your vision, right? Like the edges of your vision are blurred anyway. You're not seeing this stuff in full resolution anyway, right?
Exactly. So it's not that they're trying to beef up like the hardware or like the capabilities of running graphics. They know that this Snapdragon is not going to run a whole entire uncompressed image. So they had to think out of the box. And that's what they were doing. And they want to reduce the strain on network so that even people with crappy like DSL or something can still stream to their headset. Yeah. So they can still stream to their headset.
Stab me in my soul.
And the crazy part about all of this is Steam thought it out so well for this headset, right? So they're going with pancake lenses, which are designed for edge-to-edge crispness. Like the quality across the whole entire thing is beautiful. So they knew it's like, hey, we have to have fast moving refresh rates. So they went with 144 hertz refresh rate because they know that they have to change those pixels faster than you can look at it. So it's basically predicting where you're going and adjusting that image before you get there. And then they're compressing everything around it. So this thing.
So I have a question,
sure.
Because it showed the dongle, and maybe you and GG are more familiar if this is a capability or not. I haven't been a big VR user, so this will actually probably be my first actual VR headset.
Oh man, dude, I'm sold.
So with. And because I think this would be really cool, but I don't know. Maybe this is already a possibility, and I'm just not aware. Like, say I have a bunch of games downloaded on my desktop, and I plug in that dongle now, so that it has a direct connection with the dongle. Will that act as a Wi-Fi spot for me to connect, so I can play games offline, or no?
the headset itself is stating that it can do standalone gameplay.
Well, no, I know that part, but like, so like, if I'm using, like, let's say I'm out camping, or something like that,
like
right?
You have your computer, but you don't have access to the internet, but you want to stream to your headset.
Yeah, like I have a handheld. I have a handheld that is like a $395 handheld. And I just want to plug it in. I don't have internet though. I have games downloaded, and I want to stream it to my headset. Can I do that?
Yes, you can. Yes.
Okay, so let me jump in here. So, like Lee was saying earlier, so when we're talking about the connection and the streaming, is the internet you have is less relevant compared to the network you have, right? So a lot of times when we do Wi-Fi, like especially with the Quest, to Lee's point, they compress a lot of that stuff, because one of the other factors that Lee didn't mention is that when that stuff is compressed, when it's sent over, it's competing with everything else that's on your Wi-Fi network. In addition to the frequency and the router, there's different channels, and tech has a tendency to transition itself to the best performing channel, right? So what they're doing here, and then now it's sharing bandwidth with your Fire Stick and anything that's on Wi-Fi that's connected to that specific channel that's on your router, right? So they always recommend Wi-Fi 6 and Wi-Fi 5 AC routers and stuff, because they have more bandwidth. They have more limitations on their distance, and the more stuff that they're sharing traffic with, and that gives it, right? So what they're doing here is they're taking this and they're just creating a separate Wi-Fi network for it. And they're giving it Wi-Fi 7, not because of distance, but Wi-Fi 7 because of the bandwidth. So now there's no other device on that channel sharing that frequency with it. So you're going to get the best streaming. So the answer to your question, yes, if you plug it into if you're out camping, because you camp a lot, and you take a 395 with you and you plug that in there and you want to stream, yes, the answer is yes to that. Now, the other question is that if you, like Lee was saying about it being standalone to play games, standalone without a PC, that's different. That's not going to be relevant to the dongle. That's just going to be it connected.
Yeah, that's just the headset. Yeah, I get that part.
Unless the dongle plugs into your PC and then transfers your internet signal through a hardwired connection to the dongle, like plugging the dongle into its own router and generating the Wi-Fi signal to it. That's something different. That would be super cool if it did it, because then it's going to generate its own Wi-Fi 7 network for that. What are you having? I don't know if it's going to work that way, but to answer the other question, I don't know if that makes sense. Did that answer that question?
Yeah, I think it did. Yeah,
I want
to. Great.
I just want to mention one more thing, because somebody else is going to mention it, and I want to do it first. But how cool is it going to be to have SteamOS running on a Qualcomm chip?
It blew my mind, and that Steam has entered the mobile and Android market.
Oh my God.
They did it, and they stated it's not going to even be a trimmed down version. It's not going to be a mobile version. It's going to be full blown SteamOS.
You remember when we were all questioning like why the Odin 3 Ultra and stuff is coming with 24 gigs of RAM and like
that's a really good question.
Like, dude, those devices are going to be low-key Steam machines, right?
Yep.
Like, oh my goodness, man. All right, but go ahead. Everybody else got the floor on this thing.
Cyber was stating that they went with LCD screens over OLED, and OLED is awesome. But I mean, we're talking about you being in a dark environment already, because you're putting on a headset, and so it's blacking everything out already. And when you have a screen that close to your face, it really doesn't make a difference between OLED and LCD. It's going to be pixel density that is the key aspect to all of this. And
I'm going to fight you now, Lee.
Oh man, are you? Yeah, because you want the OLED.
No, because that sounds like you've only been a Quest user.
I have only been a Quest user.
Well, there it is. There it is. Yeah.
You did the Valve Index, huh?
No, I did not. I actually had a Quest 1, and a Quest 1 was an OLED.
It is an OLED.
Even though it was it had terrible screen door effect. I'm actually testing the Pimax Crystal light here. This is
$5,000.
What?
Isn't that headset like $5,000?
No, it's like $800. This is the Pimax Crystal Light. It's a QLED. It's a QLED panels in there, but the black levels are significantly better than a Quest. Like it's immediate, because it has local dimming. That said,
Hey, hold
I'm
on,
pretty
hold on,
sure
hold on. Bring that back in frame because that was a low key flex right now. Oh, you
this
see-
is on
you
loan.
see-
This is on loan. It's not mine.
Hey,
It's on loan.
dude.
They have a headset that's like 5Gs and it looks just like that. It is
You
like
saw he
They have
popped
a
his
whole
collar before he
lineup.
put it in
It's
frame, right?
Yeah,
reality.
they have a whole lineup. It's like the light,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
crystal. The
I'm
something.
very excited for the Pimax Dream Air. I hope that I get to test that because that has the micro OLEDs. But when it comes to the OLEDs, a little known fact about OLEDs and pancake displays. Yes, pancake displays do have a larger sweet spot, so you don't have to like adjust it so much, and everything will still look in focus. But the way that pancake lenses work is the display bounces the light like multiple times before it enters your eyes, and so
You're right.
OLEDs being not the brightest of displays already means that it's going to be quite dim, and so like that is probably that along with price is probably the primary reason why they chose not to do micro OLEDs.
Very
or
true.
OLEDs, right?
I think
I'm
Steam
confused because I thought
completely thought this
OLEDs
out.
were really quick. I'm sorry, I'm confused because I thought OLEDs were the screens that were capable of getting the higher nits.
No, they get the highest
comparison to
contrast ratio. Right, so
Okay.
you get the brightest brights and so the brightest the peak brightness versus the black floor, right? That will be like a highest contrast difference. Whereas like the LCDs, they can only produce like a gray because the LEDs are still on.
So
right?
question,
I think
because
I think
and
that I can answer
not-
it for you too loud.
really quick, not related,
sure.
not related, but just still in the same space. On a handheld, right? Like, so why would we get LCD displays on a handheld? Most of them are capped at like 500 nits, to where like we can get OLEDs that are like 800 nits to 1,000.
So this is where I could answer it. Where you're having that question, because I already knew what you were thinking.
Okay.
OLEDs, yes, they can get very bright. LCDs can get even brighter, but the problem is that when they hit a specific brightness threshold, they start washing out, and that's why they're capped. They cap LCDs because as soon as when you hit over a specific threshold, the blacks are grays, like GG was saying, or they start getting really bright gray, and like the color starts washing out. LED can get to like a higher nit and keep the contrast, is like what GG is saying. Like they can keep those dark levels. But the thing is that when it comes into a headset, is the real reason why they didn't use OLED, and I think it is because cost effectiveness.
Yeah, it's price. But like, yeah, if you're looking at like TVs and stuff right now, the new hotness is like tandem OLED. So they stack the OLEDs.
Yeah,
That's how they that's how they get it brighter, right? Because they combat that. Or like monitors, like what I use is a QD OLED, so it uses like an LED layer along with an OLED layer.
Well, because
right?
what I was thinking, and this is your space, GG, is like the Vitchers, for instance. They have OLEDs, and those things are super bright, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's because they cheat with their reflections, though. Like, because it's basically projecting into like a mirror, and then it's bouncing into your eyes, right? So like it's tiny.
It's
right?
amplifying the light.
Yeah, so like it doesn't have to like produce all of that light in a like a very large area, right? Which is both very energy consuming, and you're fighting a lot more ambient light, right? Because in those lenses also, most of the light is kind of like
it's all
blocked
coming
as well,
through
right?
on the side on the
Yeah. So like there's a number of other reasons, but like micro OLED displays are the standard, I think, in a lot of like in a lot of just displays, period, right? So like VR headsets, yeah, there are some that have it, like the new Galaxy XR has it, right? The new Pimax Dream Air that I mentioned has it. Those are like $1,800 headsets, though.
Yeah,
is the
very
thing, right?
expensive.
And
Yep.
most I don't think most like normies are going to be buying those things. This thing has to be priced lower, closer to a Quest 3, because its specs are pretty much the same as a Quest 3.
Exactly.
That said, it has some advantages and disadvantages versus a Quest 3, right? I think I forgot who was asking me. They're like they were asking me on shameless self plug here on the Handhelds United Discord server, which everyone should join, because all these lovely people are on here too, except Lee. He's like hiding from us for some reason.
He's antisocial.
We always put a link.
That makes sense.
We always put a link to Handheld United Discord in the description, so make sure you check that out.
Also, it's personal. It's personal. I'm just kidding.
Actually,
yeah.
I don't know if I got invited.
So like they were asking me like, is this just like a Valve branded Quest 3? It's like, Yes, but no, right? Because of what Lee and I were talking about with the foveated streaming, like that's a big catch. What Alex mentioned about like the dongle, that's also a big catch. Like these are things that Quest 3 don't have, right? But also, like, if you looked at any of the Quest 3 advertisements recently, you see like people are like in their space, they're doing like they're moving their Lego blocks around in their own space. And something I think Matt would really like is there's like this new Star Wars tabletop game or something. Like you're not going to be able to get the most out of that with this headset for now, because it has monochrome cameras, right? Meaning that those cameras are only used for tracking your position, tracking your hands and stuff like that, right? But there's the key thing, and I think this is what you're jumping to. It has the PCIe lanes like right at the nose bridge. So I think the reason why they did that was down the line, if they see there's enough people that bought it, then they can add on like a color camera to add on like the mixed reality functions. Right?
That's genius, because that's basically like what the XR, some of the XR providers are doing, right?
X-Real 1, X-Real 1 and X-Real 1 Pro has that. And it's a way to keep the cost down, right? Because if you implement the camera now, like that price has to be baked in, you have to pay that cost up front. So
that's actually genius as far as keeping the cost down, right? Because for those users who don't need that,
exactly,
right? Basically, I was saying this. I was saying this with handhelds earlier. It's like I'd rather a handheld come with a 64 gigabyte hard drive than a 4 terabyte, and you're charging me $300 more for it. I can put my own hard drive in there, right?
And that slot isn't just for like a front-facing camera too. Like it could be used for like some kind of facial
LiDAR. Facial recognition.
Facial recognition. It could be a combination of that for body tracking too. Like, there's a lot of VR chat furries. Like my friend Jeeve, Silicon Fox is going to be one of them, I'm sure, after he gets this. So that's like a whole market that they're opening up to, right? So that's why, like, another reason why this is like such a brilliant move,
and they're making it all accessible for devs, so devs can build whatever successors they want.
There's also one thing that we haven't, like, none of us have talked about here, which is the hand tracking capability. Like, they kind of just mentioned it in passing. I think maybe because it's still kind of in beta. Right? Yeah. But the thing is right now in Steam VR, if you have a Quest 3, you can actually use your hands as controllers. Like, you can map all your fingers. Like, you can do like trigger. Yeah.
Really quick. Matt, is there a way you can focus the video somewhere where it's showing the nose bridge on the headset? Keep going, GG. Sorry about that.
Oh no, I was just
going to the hand tracking. That's been out for at least a year. My kid does it.
Yeah, you're right. That's what I'm saying. But they didn't really talk about it in the Steam, like in their Steam Frame release. Maybe because they're waiting for like a follow up for it or whatever. But but like the point is that you can, like, in all of your Steam games, like you can map your hand gestures and stuff to like different buttons. And like that's actually really cool, because that opens up a lot of doors just for like immersion and things like that. Yeah, so like
absolutely.
I would still, like, for me personally, like, like just being a boomer or whatever, I still want the controllers, because even if I'm playing Beat Sabers, like I want some weight, right? But like, there's going to be people who they don't want, like, imagine you're playing some kind of wizard game or whatever, and you don't want, like, you want to hold anything, you just want to use your hands and like blast some.
What about your wand?
I mean, there's that too. But like, there's certain like
I'm just teasing, dude.
No, there's like certain Sith lords that like Matt would probably really like to like impersonate with like the Force electricity. You could.
No,
like,
but then Matt would he want his controllers to be like Darth Vader's dual lightsaber. Like,
so funny you say that. Funny you say that. You say Darth Maul?
No, I said Darth Vader's dual lightsaber.
He said Maul. Yeah. That's what you heard.
First off, there was some really good Darth Vader inspired games on the Quest 2 that came out.
Yeah.
Really, really good. And there's another one that came out on the Quest 3 that's actually pretty awesome. And go ahead.
Oh, Vader Immortal. Yeah, that's an amazing series.
Vader Immortal was spectacular.
Those are the games that Lee should play, and then he's going to be and then he's going to be like, "Yo, Quest is trash because everything is all gray." But if you play that with a game, if you play that in a game that has, with your, because it's a Quest exclusive, right? You have to play it with a Quest 1, which is no longer supported anymore. I played that on a Quest 1, and even though it had the terrible screen door effect, everything was black because of how dark that game was.
Yeah,
and it was phenomenal.
I did the Rift 1S. I had that before Meta bought them. And then I had the Quest 1 to 2, and then I also have the 3, because what I do is I bought my headset from Best Buy, And then when they release a new one, I go in there and say it's broken, and I just exchange up.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
that's too funny.
Okay.
So I
So-
paid maybe like $100 for each upgrade.
That's fine.
Too loud. You've missed out because I was just thinking about something. There's a lot of Star Wars stuff in that game, but what's really cool, I remember playing it, and there's a point where you're like in a silo and you're climbing up, and I'm in the game. I remember looking in the game and looking over and looking down and getting like nauseous in real life because it's so cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's stuff that you've missed out in VR that are because of cool experiences like that, man. I think you're gonna really like it.
I think this is going to change everything.
I agree.
I think this is actually going to be what Too Loud wants.
I agree.
I think this is what Too Loud has been waiting for, because I think this is going to change X86 handhelds in the whole entire aspect, because instead of carrying around a goddamn 800 gram, 600 gram X86 handheld, you're carrying around 460 grams right here, and that's with the battery pack on the back of the head. If it's just the headset itself, it's like 180 grams, and you got like 120-inch screen that you can play all of your games on. Is it to that level yet? No, but will it be? Probably.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't tempt me, Lee, because you'll see me driving down the street with these things on.
Oh, people are 100% gonna do that, even though it's all gray. Like they're just gonna be like LARPing Sin City. You guys remember those movies? Like they're just gonna be like, yo, everything's in black and white. Like that's
I cannot wait till they add a night vision attachment, bro.
Yeah. No, but like, Lee, you touched on a really great point, which is like, you're talking about SteamOS, like full-fledged SteamOS here on this Android headset. The thing is that people are looking at this like, I know my buddy Hans Turn is thinking, oh well, I'm not really into VR, just like I'm not into a 3D handheld. The thing is this is a head-mounted display, and Steam VR is already capable of playing your non-VR games at the big screen, right?
Yep.
So like Too Loud, I know you and I share, we share an affinity for like XR glasses. The thing is you can get that experience, but it is like a huge big screen experience that is not limited by like, the field of view, right? The only downside is like the, glasses like the Vitor glasses, they're still going to offer like superior contrast and better black levels, right? Because they're not OLED. But if you just want like a real big screen experience, you want to be like you're in a theater, right?
That's what I look forward to with this.
You could do this on your bed,
Yeah. That's what I look forward to with this, because like with the Vitors, like I often will put my hands around it to get that submersive, like all boxed in, like no light coming into the sides, right? Like I said, I've never used dude, I've never owned a 3D headset. Have I used one? Yes. A friend of mine's son had a Quest. I don't know which one. I tried it for like 5 minutes. Like for like 5 minutes at his house, and I was like, yo, this is pretty cool. And then too, I don't know if you guys remember, like way back, like Samsung S7 Edge time. Like when you pre-ordered an S7 Edge, you got that Oculus whatever where you could slot your phone into it.
Right.
Yeah, that's Samsung Gearbox, and Google.
We're aging
Cardboard
ourselves now,
things,
but
yeah. No, but like Cyber has a comment in the chat about like FOV, which is like, field of view 110 degrees, which horizontal 110 degrees is supposed to be larger, about 7 degrees larger than the Quest 3s. The thing is about FOV is it's dependent on like your face shape and your eye shape, right? So it's not going to be the same for everybody.
Gotta change the doodad.
Yeah, but what's really great about this is what they showed, that it's super modular, like everything comes apart basically. So you can bet there's going to be, like what Alex said, there's going to be like what you said for the Steam controller. There's going to be like so much stuff 3D printed for it. People are going to make accessories, and like they're surely going to make like Halo head straps, and it's going to make it feel even lighter than it already is. Like,
dude, I just want to play No Man's Sky in here because
it's amazing,
talk about it.
I played it with my boy Lee, and he's in there like breakdancing and stuff.
Oh
and
yeah,
I'm like,
it's incredible.
I can't even do that with my controller, bro.
I was just playing. I was just playing that in the Pimax headset. Yeah,
he's like doing the worm across the floor, like oh god, like dude, what are you doing, man? Like,
it's hilarious.
So, that's really funny. So my 16-year-old, my kids, for those of you who don't know, I haven't told my kids about this yet. They are huge VR people, huge. We've had, like I said, we have the original Valve Index in the closet downstairs. We've had every Quest. I'm sure we're gonna have these. My older son has full body tracking, and there's been times I walked into his room and he's like in VR, full body tracking on his
Oh,
bed.
he's
I'm
in
like,
another
Gav,
world.
I'm like, Gav, what are you doing? He's like, I'm flexing on people. I'm laying on my throne in VR. I'm like, dude. And just stuff like that. That's pretty funny that you said that. Something that,
dude, Cyber, yes, that is right up my alley, bro. I want to play Ark Survival
That would be
Ascended,
cool.
LOL, Big
Did
Dino.
you-
Yeah,
Dude, I love Ark, bro. So if I can play Ark in VR,
Did you all also see like a couple hours? Maybe you guys were preference for the stream. You didn't see Vampire Survivors announced like VR support.
Oh, how cool!
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my
Dude,
God,
I
wanna
think
know what that's gonna feel like.
I think we're gonna see some stuff come from this with
It's gonna
Valve.
be
Valve
cool.
is a powerhouse, man.
I
Like,
think this is the game-changing product that Steam has made. When I saw this and I read everything about it, I was like, "This is going to change gaming experiences from this point on."
Yep.
Like,
I couldn't agree more. Even as like a VR show, like if you follow any like VR like content creators, like I don't really count myself in that group, but like if you could follow any of them for the past year or like a year and a half, they've all been like doom rage farming. They're like PC VR is dying, PC VR is dead, like VR gaming is dead. Like Valve single-handedly is going to like flip that around.
Yep.
Like I honestly do believe this. Like, and even if people are not playing VR games, they're going to be playing like their regular games in this thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Like you're just going to carry around a controller and your headset, and that's all you can have. And like I'm so excited for this because, like I said, we're talking about cutting off 200 grams of handheld that you have to carry around just so that you can have a headset and a controller. I'm going to be excited to be able to put it on in an airplane. Put it on my controller. I have this big old screen.
Oh my God, Lee's gonna whack the person next to him. Like, yeah, man.
I'm gonna be so
excited. You know what else too, right, Lee? Like we're probably a little bit like there's no denying. I'm sure Cyber in the chat feels this way too. Like we're a little disappointed that these are LCD screens and that they're the same specs or very close to Quest 3. But the thing is I think if this sells really well, just like what we saw. OLED. Yeah, just like what we saw with the Steam Deck OLED. You know what I mean? Like, I don't deny that. Like, I cannot deny that that's like a possibility. Realistically, like it's exactly the same thing. It's the same processing, everything inside. But they're
just testing the water.
Yeah,
they're just dipping in.
So
yeah.
I want to push Lee back. You mentioned again about the lower weight. This thing only has a 21 watt-hour battery, right?
It does. Yeah.
They did mention something about 20 watts. So the VRs are terrible for battery life. There's a couple great companies, like the one we prefer is a company called Bobo VR, and they have this great elite straps for comfort, and they also have these great battery packs, which my kids love, but they add a good amount of weight. So they may be prepping that in sacrifice for understanding that we're going to have battery packs on these things.
It already has a battery pack in the back. I'm
sure we're going to see additional ones. You know?
Yeah, you will. You're probably with bigger batteries because the reason why the battery is so small is because they came out and says we balanced it perfectly. It's balanced front to back. So I'm assuming that they took in battery weight for the back, and they're like, this is the maximum weight we can put on there for this to feel right.
Didn't they also say that there's pass through with the?
There is pass through. Yes, there is pass through for this device, and one of the big things I was so excited about on this headset that I wish Meta had is IR. It has IR illuminators on the front of the headset. You can play in dark environments. I'm just like so excited. I can lay in bed right next to my wife, and I can play games with the lights off because, not all lights. It would really be really cool if we could do a full dark experience, but I don't know if it can or not.
Yeah, for reference for people that are watching and they don't know, like the Quest 3, I have it right here. The Quest 3 doesn't have an IR sensor, so you can't do that. You can add on a little attachment like that comes out of the USB-C port to add that, but the Quest 3S does have an IR sensor. So you could do it with the Quest 3S. Ironically, even though it has the
That's
worst
so
lenses.
weird. It's the cheaper
Yeah.
one, right?
Yeah, it's like
it has worse resolution.
Yeah,
the quality.
Well, the lenses in it are worse. Yeah, they're terrible lenses. But yeah, so like this is the attachment that Matt was talking about. So I'm pretty sure they can make something like this. And like as you can see, I have removed the gasket on mine because I like to maximize my FOV. So
I can't because
this literally just like sits on my head. Well, bro, you got to get the prescription inserts. What are you doing?
Dude, there's so many companies make them. We got them for Gavin. They're like $50.
So like I'm assuming that.
The only reason I didn't get them is because I've switched my headset like 4 times now. I just don't want to keep buying them for headsets.
Well, I mean, they're a lot cheaper now than they used to be. I think they're only like $50, $60 or something.
I mean, look, you buy them in the beginning of the life of this device, and I think you'll be good for a while.
Yeah.
This will be the first headset that I own that is not designed or built by Meta. Like I am so in. I am ready.
So I'm excited because I know you guys remember this, Matt and Lee, when the Xbox Quest was announced. I was really close to buying a Quest. Like really close to buying a Quest. Yeah. But now I'm kind of happy I held off on that because like what is this?
This is a much better version.
6 months later.
Because it was just a repaint. Is that why?
It was the 3, and it wasn't even the 3. It was the 3S.
Yeah, it had the whole Xbox look to it. It came with that Xbox controller, and I just never had a VR headset, so I was like, "Yo, this is pretty cool. It's maybe time for me to give this a go."
Wasn't that Xbox controller just like a black controller too? It wasn't even like a.
No, it was a custom. It was a custom.
Yeah, it was custom.
It was a custom.
Oh, okay.
You could only get it if you got that Quest.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was like black with green joystick towers and like.
Okay.
Not
only that, cool controller.
Not only that, it has a sensor inside of it that allows the Quest headset to see it, and it actually shows up as a controller in your Quest headset.
And speaking of controllers, though, can we talk about that for a second? How that this thing can work with the new Steam controller?
It does.
Right?
But will it work with the old Steam controller?
I don't think so.
Probably, but not as well. I'm a little disappointed that you guys didn't mention that the new controllers, or maybe you did, I wasn't paying attention, but that the new controller has TMR sticks. Right?
Yes, we did talk about it.
And you know, like, so like this thing apparently that matches with the frame, like it's going to have like the sensitivity whereby like you can lift your thumbs off and like it will sense that. Right.
Yep.
So like that's pretty incredible. So like, you know, we were talking about a little bit earlier about the bundles, and when we were talking about Steam Machine, I think that there's going to be a bundle for all 3 of these things, and that's going to be like the cheapest way to get like each one of these. Like
wait, the Steam Deck didn't have TMR sticks, right?
No,
originally.
No.
Okay.
Sticks.
So question, because I maybe I'm remembering incorrectly here, but I feel like on the Steam Deck you were able to activate gyro by just touching, like it sensed your thumb on the thumbstick and it would activate gyro.
Yeah, it had capacitive touch, which is not the same as capacitive sticks. It's like a different kind of technology.
Okay, so it had capacitive touch built into the face of the joystick.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So
hello, Hans Turn. What's up, dude?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, sir, you're not supposed to be on here. You're not like what?
It's an HU party.
That's Matt's fault.
Oh man, blame the good-looking guy. That's fine.
That's okay.
If I had to try to sell you on a headset too loud, this is probably it. Though, like me and Gigi has been talking about, it is said that they didn't go OLED, but we're talking about a 2160 by 2160 resolution for each display. So I think in terms of OLED, that would be really pricey. I think that's why they avoided it.
Without the OLED, right? Like I am an OLED shill, 100%, right?
Oh yeah,
like,
me too.
Even without the OLED, I can get behind this because it's gonna be literally my first in-house VR experience, right? So, and it's Valve, right? There's many things to it. It's not just one facet, right? Like it's the fact that they're running SteamOS on a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3.
Yes.
It's the fact that it's made by Valve. It's the fact that I'll be able to utilize it with other with my desktop, right? Like
and then have your reaction on this like podcast.
Yeah. So I wanna touch right on what you guys are pointing to. Do it. Zach, do you have a VR?
No, he doesn't.
No, I don't actually. I am not a big VR guy. Like it just like the I just get motion sick from it.
Yeah, there's some that do that. Yeah.
Oh, this might be the fastest I've ever kicked somebody from the show.
Oh man.
This is where
I'm kidding,
all
I'm
right,
kidding,
see you
I'm
later.
kidding.
you know.
No, but I'm having issues with words today. But you know what? I think
I still got that eulogy ready,
man.
Matt. So if it's that time,
Bro.
you know,
Bro,
I'm just.
I'm having issues with. I mean,
Oh
we're
wait,
not talking about. and
Foviate stream him out. Foviate stream him out.
Oh my gosh. This thing is so freaking awesome because if you've had a Quest and stuff like that, and you playing non-VR games, it can be done. It's cumbersome to do,
Yes.
and it's not quite the same. This is showing like natively, like
Yeah.
can. You can't. It's a pain in the ass. We're past time. It's a pain in the ass to sideload APKs on the Quest, right?
Yeah.
This
it
is natively allowing you to do APKs in it, and it's SteamOS, and it's got a micro SD slot on it.
It does.
micro
It's
SD
so
slot is
freaking
huge.
cool.
Yeah.
But would it
Freaking cool,
use
man?
Would it use APKs, being that it's SteamOS? Like APKs, isn't that an Android package?
That's different.
I think it is
different.
Android. It is that's the crazy part is that this SteamOS
This is
isn't
SteamOS
Linux.
built on Android.
Yes, this is not Linux. It's ARM64 built.
Okay, I thought it was Linux built on Android.
Yeah, no Linux
because
on this one.
I've seen like it was not Fedora. It was what's one of the bigger distributions of Linux?
Like
Pop OS
like, or what are you talking about?
Ubuntu?
No.
Arch
No,
Linux?
Ubuntu. Ubuntu, right? Like they had
right.
they were doing the Ubuntu phone and stuff like that. So I've seen Ubuntu built on Android prior. So I thought that this was a Linux build on Android chipsets.
That's the coolest part.
This is
it's
Android.
not
That's
yet.
Steam
It's
on
not.
Android. Yeah.
crazy.
Steam on
So,
Android, yeah.
SteamOS uses Proton for Windows.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
that's the transitioning layer.
The translation layer, yeah.
Yeah, for this one, they're using FEX, which is a ARM64 Android to Windows. So this is a whole different translation layer that they're using. So it is solely built on ARM64 and not Linux.
Because correct me if I'm wrong, but like Game Hub and the such are using like Wine and Proton, no?
They use a lot of different ones, but those are
right.
Those are the primary ones, yeah. But
this should actually run
Valve is
better
watching them.
than Game Hub and things like that. Right?
It can, and that's what they're hoping for. They're hoping that because you gotta remember they're adding in standalone gameplay. Will it play AAA 2025 games? Probably not even close.
No, of course not. No.
But can you play your 2015 AAA games and indie games? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So yes, it can do that, but also it has the native capability to run APKs also. So that's one of the big that's one of the big selling points of this Steam frame is you're not only getting the Steam library, you're getting the Android library too, and all of the games that were built on APKs, because Meta builds a lot of games on APK Android or ARM64. Now Steam can play all of those also. And so you're getting access to a much larger library than just your Steam library.
Yeah, I think on the emulation front, this thing should play somewhere around like PS2, GameCube, Wii. It should. The other big newer device like that should not be mentioned.
You can say that.
No, I'm saying that. I don't want.
Oh, I'll say it. I mean, Snapdragon. My Thor
so
with Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 is playing Switch perfectly.
Yeah, so that may or may not work simply because of like the overhead required for like tracking and stuff like that. They did also say in that same episode of Adam Savage's reviews that this device. So this this Qualcomm chip is going to be using somewhere around like 7 or 8 watts. They said for like the graphics processing power, right? And they did also say that they were kind of cagey about the performance, but Lawrence Yang did say it's not going to be as performance as a Steam Deck. So they did say that. But like that shouldn't be a surprise.
I would assume, I would assume
that shouldn't be a surprise, right? No. Because this is not running native x86. It's also like, can you imagine like literally strapping a Steam Deck to your face? Like
that would be amazing. I can't wait.
I mean, like the
Well,
problem
we
with
just
that
get
would be,
the Gabe Labos.
Gabe
Yeah,
levels.
Gabe
It would just
levels, I love
it would just be the heat, right? Like the heat would be like the big
Yeah,
challenge,
it'd be
right? Like
intensive.
But it's exciting for the future, right? It's exciting
it
for
is
Exactly.
because Snapdragon is only becoming more and more performant.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
You got it.
imagine later on like a frame 2 or frame
Yeah.
3, you know, and what you're capable of playing on their standalone.
Yep.
At that point.
And to the point that we talked about earlier about like them releasing like a frame OLED version or something like that, they could also like release like a refined chip. Like there's a terrible series of names like that like the Quest headsets have, which is like Snapdragon XR2,
XR2,
Snapdragon XR2 plus Gen 2, like those terrible names, right? So this chip, even though everyone's like reporting that it's supposed to be an 8 Gen 3, like it's the one of the engineers, I think his name's Jeremy. He said that this is supposed to be in the XR lineup. Right?
Okay.
So it's
a little
probably
weaker.
it's probably comparable to an 8 Gen 3, maybe slightly slower for its clocks just to like manage the heat some more, right? But at the same time, it's I think it's gonna be good because it's gonna be like a Steam Deck. Maybe it has its bugs and issues at the beginning, but like down the line, it's gonna be really refined, and people are gonna be surprised with its capabilities. One thing I wanted to share, like before, like when I was just joining and Matt invited me. Thank you, Matt. I'm offended.
I don't even like you that much.
Oh, okay. Well, screw you then.
I meant to send it to Zach. I meant to send it to Zach, and I slipped.
Oh, that makes more sense.
All you ugly guys look the same to me.
I enjoyed having you on, GG, because
Well,
I mean you brought in some hardcore insight.
Well, thank you. Yeah, pinto beans suck. So like, so I mean, the thing that I wanted to
hit Zach.
my
Hit
boy.
Zach with the question. Hit Zach
That's
with the
my
question.
boy. That's my boy right there. No, I just want to bask in what GG just said because it is so true. And anybody who believes different is lacking taste buds. So
I just wanted to add one more thing, which is that Steam, like VR games on Linux had been like a long issue for a long time. Like it never really worked properly, right? And this is why, like, despite the power issue, like the graphics performance issue on Steam Deck, like people who had a Quest tried to connect wirelessly to your Steam Deck, it just wouldn't work. Well, I'm happy to say that I tried earlier. You can on my Legion Go, the Legion Go 1 with the 16 gigs of RAM, I have Bazite installed on it, and I was actually playing Half-Life Alyx, and I was playing Skyrim VR. Yeah, it like the FPS counter app didn't work, but I swear it felt something like 50 to 60 FPS.
No
like,
way.
Yeah, like
it was awesome.
It was pretty wild. So like there are some issues. I think they will be ironed out by the time Frame comes out and the Steam machine. Like there was issues with like image flickering when you're in the menu, but the games actually ran fine. Like I had to lower the per eye resolution a little bit just to see, but like I was shocked, honestly.
I won't be surprised that they'll get it to work. Like Cyber says watch them make it work anyways, and they probably will. SteamOS and Valve in general make things just work with magic. Like
I've been dying for this. It's been a while.
Yeah, they
While we're doing that,
the last point I'm gonna make on this is
he didn't get it. Oh my God.
I didn't get it. The funny thing is, I forgot what I was gonna say because that came off.
Perfect. That is the point. All right, hold on, really quick. We're gonna come back to it because I mean we could go all night on this, but I have to. I mean, Hinstern's here. It's his first time here. Everybody else has been here before. So
Zach, make the right answer.
you have to choose one.
Are we talking like whole beans or because I mean refried beans like top, and then black beans followed by the whole pintos.
Well, no, beans in general. Beans in general. It doesn't have to be fixed a certain way.
Yeah, refried beans, man, all day.
Which are made out of. Which are made out of.
Hold on.
I mean, the pinto beans. Yeah.
Let me make a statement here. You do know that there are refried black beans, right? And they kick the shit out of refried pinto beans.
I don't know what happened.
Wow.
Speaking of kicking,
kicking
like,
each other
what's going on here?
they're kicking each other out.
Or GG's
I'm just saying, you're gonna have to give that a go, bro. We'll revisit.
Yeah,
this
I'm
the next
apparently
time you
gonna
come
have
back.
to give refried black beans a go. I've never even seen those.
Because they don't exist.
No,
They
yeah,
do.
right. You wish they didn't exist.
do.
You wish
They got more flavor.
Oh
Way
my God,
more,
you guys are
dude.
Yeah.
idiots.
They got way
What's
more
your
flavor.
What's your take on all this stuff, Zach? How are you feeling about this? Which one of these are you buying?
Come on, guys, you got to talk my boy into buying this.
I mean, that's what it comes
Right.
down to, right? At the end of the day, brass tacks, right? Like, what are you
What are you
backing? Right?
Priority wise, Steam
Like
frame,
honestly, I've
Steam
been
controller,
tempted by like the
GameCube.
whole stack. To be honest, I've been tempted by the whole stack of it, but I mean, it's obviously going to depend on money, you know. But
wouldn't it be insane?
let's see if I had to
they
pick
release
one.
this, and you get a bundle for like $1,200. Oh my God, dude, that would be nuts.
It's Gabe over if they do that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like if that's all 12,
you can say that
I mean,
again.
that's less than a Legion Go 2, man. Like
Yeah.
the value. I mean, if I had to pick one, I would probably say the frame. I mean, I'm not going to use the VR part of it, but you know, like just what that could add to what I already have existing. Because I mean, the Steam machine, you know, it's gonna be great, right? But like, I mean, you're talking somewhere between 3060 desktop graphics. So I mean, you're not gonna like blow the world up with it. I mean, it's not an AI Max by any means. But I mean, if it comes in at the right
it'll
price,
be pretty comparable to AI Max
like
in performance.
I mean, I wouldn't mind taking up less space on my desk, that's for sure. But
That is a good point. We're sitting.
if it comes to between that and the frame, I'm going to take the frame. But if I can afford both, I'll do both.
As soon as he pops that VR cherry, I'm gonna pin that message in Discord.
If I have it and like if I get it, you know, I mean, obviously it's going to be mostly like, you know, AR whatever for me. But I mean, if I have it, I'll keep trying it. You know, I'll just be stubborn. I'm like, I'm gonna make VR work. I'm gonna not throw up.
That's really funny.
There is something to that point about the throwing up, you know, because our friend Nelly also talks about, like, you know, throwing up immediately with putting on like a VR headset because of motion sickness. That's one thing I think that is not being tapped on with the foveated streaming too, because I'm pretty sure they can make it vignette around the edges to reduce motion sickness.
I didn't even think about that.
Obviously, you lose some FOV in that, but like that's something that should be supported at the OS level, and you don't need a game to implement that, right?
Yep, you are correct.
I think when
on
you're
that.
talking about
didn't
them
even think about
losing some FOV on that, I think we're just kind of splitting hairs at that point for compared to the overall experience.
Well, no. It's for people that have
motion sickness. Yeah.
No, I mean, as far as, you know, as far as that thing, I don't know if it'd be like a noticeable difference. You know what I mean? Like,
well,
I
the way,
like
well, like Matt, when you, I know your kids are more into it, but like, you play any of the games where you move, like, do you teleport or do you use direct movement?
I use direct movement.
So like, yeah, like I do too. I think when you first, maybe if you are prone to motion sickness and you first play a VR game, you'll be stuck to teleporting because like it reduces motion sickness, right?
Oh,
and
okay.
then like if
what
you
I was
use,
saying wasn't coming across. Go ahead. I'll let you finish. And then
when you use direct movement and like your character is moving in the space, there's a miscommunication between your eyes and your brain, right? So your inner ear is saying, hey, my body is not moving, but your eyes are like, yo, I'm moving. And then that mismatch is what makes you feel nauseated and makes you want to throw up, right?
Yeah.
So there are a lot of the VR games, they add the black like lines, the vignetting around to like tell your brain, no, you're not actually moving, even though your eyes are making you think you're moving, right? So like, go ahead.
I get that. No, I think I made a miss. What I'm saying is that the loss of the FOV I think for that, I think will be minimal, and I don't know if it would impact me so much to have less of an FOV, because I find like when I'm gaming, and I think it was Cyber was talking about that, or maybe it was UGD, when I'm gaming, I'm looking straight forward most of the time. So like losing the field and the peripheral, I don't know, for me, for the benefit of Nelly or Zach, I don't know if I would be upset about it, is what I was meaning. Like I think the difference would be negligible, in the loss of view for the benefit of not getting sick. If that makes more clarity.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. And I would agree. I think that trade-off would be worth it in that sense then, right?
Yeah. I mean, but like Gigi says, you could just implement it into the OS, and then if you had motion sickness, you just flip a switch and you just plop. So like it wouldn't affect everyone, just people that had issues.
Yeah, that's a good point too.
I was gonna say F that. I don't want to lose FOV for these motion sick weenies. Oh, dude, I want all the FOVs, all of them.
Puke and rally. I got my FOV. Puke and rally.
I mean, I'd probably sacrifice quite a bit of some of those different comforts just to have the experience. To be honest, like,
yeah, that makes sense.
It was whatever Resident Evil game, because I think one of my buddies had a Quest or whatever version of the Quest at the time. This is probably 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, Villages in VR. Yep.
Got like 5 minutes. Like I got to like the first house, and I was like, at that point, I was like, I can't even do this anymore. Like I tried.
Yeah. I got to the first house when I quit playing on desktop.
You guys know that they've modded all the Resident Evil remakes to be VR too, and they have like full motion control and everything too.
I'm gonna have to play them.
Yeah,
I got my 3 right there.
I ain't playing those unless I'm cheating like Matt. There's no way I'm doing
it. Yeah, because
cheating. I'd rather be a chicken than cheat.
Horror games in VR are freaking scary shit.
They are.
Man. It is
terrible.
That's why
I'm trying it.
Yeah.
I played Phasmophobia with my friends, and I was the only one in VR. And this was early stages of Phasmophobia, and they're like, "Hey, put a candle down on the floor." And I was like, "All right." So I bent down and I put down the candle, and when I looked up, I was right in the crotch of the monster ghost. And I look up, and it looks down like this. I was like,
It is scary.
And I was like, "Why didn't you guys tell me that it was there?" They're like, "We were all gone already."
That's why they told you to put the candle down.
Yeah, man.
That's really funny.
Yeah, no, but it gives you that great experience. Like it puts you in the world, and I mean, everyone wants to be in their game world, right? They want to see it firsthand, and I think that's what makes VR so cool. And
just to round this up to brass tacks really quick, I think everybody else at the panel is in agreement that depending on the price, you would get the whole set.
Oh yeah. I think I would, yeah.
So if GG, I see you kind of squirky face there. What is it?
I don't really.
You don't know if you have a space for the box.
Yeah, I mean, it would be for like review content creation type thing, right? But I don't have a like use case for it in my daily use. Like I'm surrounded by PCs, I don't need another one.
It's going in my living room. Xboxes.
Yeah,
I mean, so like I
would get it just out of because I have poor impulse control. And
yeah, so like to the point of just having it in your living room, like that makes sense. But like this is like that crane game behind me that's what it is. Like it is my home theater PC. Like I use that to like stream to my projector. That's what it's used for. So I wouldn't like have a use case for me in
for me until the Windows Xbox experience is ironed out. Like I will completely take a Steam machine for my living room desktop.
And that's fair. Yeah,
that's a really good point. That's a really good point. Yeah.
Well, maybe Steam will do something like if you buy one, obviously it's retail price. Buy a second one and you get 10% off. Buy the third one, you get 20% off. Right? Like they might do like a tier stacking bundle type thing going on. So if they do it that way, then you can buy 2 and still save some money. Or
I'm not
buy
buying
3
2 boxes.
save more.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't have no purpose.
Well, not like 2 boxes. Like buy the Steam frame and buy the Steam machine, or buy the Steam frame and the controller and get like 10% off or something like that. Yeah, and, they might do like a tier bundle something, or they might just go all in and say, "Hey, no, you have to have all 3."
They're gonna be like, "Look, you buy the frame and the box, you get the controller free."
something like that.
Yeah,
Possible.
I mean, realistically, I think the price is probably going to be closer to like 1,500 for like the three of them, or at the very least like the Steam machine and the Steam frame. But I would, it would be amazing if it was $1,200, because at the performance that I'm expecting it to give, like for both flat or non-VR games and VR games, like for the VR games perspective, like in particular, right? So for people that don't play a lot of VR games, like they're very demanding. They're very demanding, especially on the RAM side.
Yes.
Right? So like this thing
cyber.
really has to leverage like the foveated rendering, the foveated streaming, because otherwise, like that 8 gigs of VRAM on the Steam machine is really not going to cut it, right?
Right.
That said, I mean, if it can deliver the kind of quality that I saw when I was testing Steam Bazite, on my Legion Go and Steam VR, like I think that a comparable like desktop Windows experience to that would probably cost you like $2,000, like just to get like a Quest and then like build.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
You know what I mean? So like,
yeah,
and you wouldn't have all the advantages potentially of like the foveated rendering, because right now on the market, the cheapest headset that you can buy with eye tracking for the foveated rendering, which again you're dependent on the developer to use, is a PSVR 2, and that's still $250 to $300. You know what I mean? And then that's the cheapest one. The next one up is like $800, like this headset that I just showed off. So I think, like to Lee's point, that's probably maybe one of their most costly components in there.
Right.
So
and there's a big gap. Like there's a big gap in the things that you miss between that $300 price point and that $800 price point.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like PSVR, you don't get standalone gaming. You don't get.
Yeah.
You don't get. There's a bunch of features that you're missing out on with that. So I think, like, for sure. I mean, it's worth the ask. Like if it comes in at $700 or something, it's still I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna come in that expensive. I think it's gonna come in more like around $550 or something. But if it's $700, I think it's still worth the ask. Like because I mean, but I'm not privy to the VR space, right? Like a Quest 3 is how much? I don't even know.
500. 500. Yeah.
$500.
Quest 3S is cheaper. It's like $350 or something like that. I do think they said it was going to come in under index pricing, which is $1,000, right?
Okay.
But
that could always be $999.99.
I feel like
I hope not.
I feel like I bought mine for $599.
The index?
Oh, that's what the index is.
The Meta
index
3.
like full kit is $999.99 or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
$1,000.
So maybe
the set itself is $499.99. So I mean,
So maybe.
But
the
I think you
headset
have
itself,
to get the controllers with this one, but you don't need.
You don't need lighthouses.
The lighthouses. So
Towers. Yeah.
maybe you're realistically in that, like, I think it's at $750. It's somewhere between just the headset and then the entire kit. There's a price that's just the controller and the index.
Yeah. So and they said that
if
they're
it
going to have
sits around there, I mean, that'd be pretty realistic.
Yep, for like what did they say, 512 model? No,
Yeah, I have
model,
the 512 Meta 3. I don't remember if it was 5.
No, I think they said it was 256 and 1 terabyte was what it was. They're trying to upsell the 1 terabyte model, right? So yeah, if it was a 256 model, it would make sense to what you're saying, Zach. Maybe like closer to 750 or something, and then maybe right under like 900 or something for the 1 terabyte, right? Because then, like, if it's like a $200+ difference, you might be like, is it really worth it? But if it's 150, you're like, oh well, I'm getting 750 more gigabytes to install all my games on it, and I don't have to worry about it for another 150.
But it has an SD slot.
Yeah, but you're not gonna install like your VR games to that or whatever.
I
will because I mean, you got to think, right? You're not playing like the standalone games you're playing are not going to be your modern AAA games, right? So like they'll be more than fine on an SD card. Like
I think they'll be fine.
Song, that still run perfect.
I think anything will be fine on an SD card as long as it doesn't have to have online access. If it has online access, then probably don't install it on an SD card.
Yep,
that's fair. And I would. This is a bold assumption, but maybe Steam OS on the headset is going to be less bloated than something like a Windows system.
Yeah.
So it's 256 for the hard drive, but maybe you're still going to be able to use like 200-ish gigs or something, right?
Mm-hmm. I agree. I think it's gonna be dope.
2 terabyte SD card and all indies will be fine. Yeah, all indies will play perfectly fine. We already play indies as it is on handhelds, and like it runs perfectly fine. So, like I said, as long as you don't need online access where you don't have to worry about like frame loss or latency or delays, I think you'll be fine. It doesn't really matter.
All right, my boys. I think that this has been a very, very good show. I've had a blast talking about these devices. We've actually made this our longest podcast ever.
I just wish it was right here so I could take it to Spain. Like, I'm just that excited.
I also wish it was here. I asked Clef to hit the fast forward button and stop us at Steam hardware release, but he said that the button broke. So, so, all right, guys. Well, thank you guys for joining us. GG, Hands Turn. It's been a blast. Hands Turn, we're gonna have to get you on here sometime solo without GG, just because we might have to steal you. And if so,
you have to pay for that guest appearance. You have to pay.
We interview as a team.
Oh my god! Okay, well, never mind.
We're just both gonna show up in suits.
We're gonna just bring on Clef. Then don't worry about
it. Yeah. You're right.
You also have to pay a price premium for Clef. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Clef pays me to come on. Don't worry about it. All right, guys. Well, it's been fun. Thank you, everybody who's paid attention and watched the show. I know it's been a long one. We have a good episode coming for you guys next week, but of course we don't tell you who it is until the day of. So thank you.
I won't be here.
Peace out. Have a good one. And
night, guys. See you next week.
Steam frame.
See you guys.
Steam frame and Pintos.
No, black beans. Yeah.